Welcome back to What Remains. This is session 34 entitled Fire and Star. Last section, the group entered into the strange orichalcum door that was set inside of the dragon shrine and made their way into a weird passageway. After some, geez, I'm getting feedback from you. Sorry. But as they kind of made their way through the hallway, traps, craziness, weird demon face, glass wall to the left, stairwell, weird railing stuff to the right. Uh, Demon Mask has a hole that's filled with darkness. Avaran shoved his hand in it and took some necrotic damage. We have all of the initiatives on the docket now, and now we also have.
It was psychic, by the way.
Yes, that's correct. We now have fight music as well. Hopefully, it doesn't blow my ears out. Okay, cool, it didn't. All right. And then I need to. Oh God, don't do it to me. Double feedbacks. All right. Okay. So at the very beginning of the fight, as you stated, you looked over with your ghost shield sight. You noticed that the walls do appear to have a cavity beyond it, but what you're able to see is that you can't pierce what's in the cavity. You can tell that there is a cavity. It's probably
Oh, wait,
about
wait. Sorry. I should pause you right there. I'm not looking with my ghost sight. I'm looking with my devil sight.
devil sight. Sorry, no. Okay, two different sites. Never
Two different
mind.
sights. Two different sights. The
Never mind.
magical darkness one I was looking. Okay, cool.
Complete
Thank
magic
you.
darkness. Thank you for cutting me off. I genuinely may have already said too much, but we're gonna go ahead and say, Soma, you're up first.
Well, not a whole lot to do right at this moment, other than chastise Averin for taking me seriously. Let's see here. Nothing making a move that I can see in line of sight at this point.
As you're kind of
Good.
turning and looking back, you're perceptive enough to notice that the strange dwarf creature that keeps on floating up and down has come up to its peak in its altitude, and for at least this moment has kind of stopped and is levitating there. It does this. It seems to do this at its arc anyways, but you don't know if this time it's doing anything different. It doesn't seem to see, I guess is the best way to describe that.
Hey, I guess I will draw my rapier and ready an action to stab anything that appears. Can I use a bonus action along with that, John, or does
Yeah.
that take the whole turn?
So, bonus action would be.
To Avran, I'm gonna need you to survive so that I can teach you a lesson about the difference between orders and sarcasm.
Kelly, you're up.
There's your help action there, Avran.
Muted, John.
Sure am. Cal's gonna move over here, and then he's gonna ready. They'll do a ready action fire at the dwarf thing if it comes any closer. Just
Okay.
say, don't really want to wake everything up unless I have to.
All right. Fiona, you're up.
Yeah. She's not quite sure of what's happening. No one's been hurt yet, right?
Avran probably let out some sort of grunt or sign of agony. Is that accurate, Avran?
Yeah.
Okay.
The trick
For a
mark
second,
I've made-
he thought he lost his arm.
Yeah.
Ow.
Okay.
Okay.
Can she try to how do I phrase this? I think she's just gonna actually take the dodge action in case anything whips out at her.
Avran, explain to me your perceived response. Like, what would Avran have done if he had put his hand into a hole and then felt kind of a lacerating pain that kind of like delved into his entire psyche? Would he have retracted his arm, do you think?
It depends. Did he feel anything
No.
physical?
Too many
No.
questions. Think about this as I asked you the question. A lacerating pain slams down on your arm and kind of psychically kind of bursts through you as you have your hand in the hole. Do you think Avran's gut check reaction was to remove his arm or leave his arm in the pain?
He
this
would
is
pull it out. He would
okay.
pull it out.
So as you see his arm come out, you see the shadow permeate away from the mouth. It seems to kind of contain his arm as he's pulling it out. And it's almost as if he's drawing the shadow out like a liquid. You then start to see eyes forming near where it's connected to his hand. And then you see that these sinking black teeth are locked into his flesh. As it continues to draw out, massive wings sprout out from the mouth, and a form that is much larger than the hole was now appears to be right next to Avran as he kind of pulls it out, and it's kind of sinking its like back and body away. There was a ready to action for shooting. When you take
John.
sorry, hold on.
No,
It's better
John-
that I
John
specifically
A,
said
sorry.
the dwarf. Because I was looking towards the dwarf.
Oh, the dwarf is just hanging out, yeah, so it's not done anything. You're shooting it if it does something, is that right?
That's why I was, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I thought you said you're...
So I
okay,
would have been surprised from
cool.
this thing coming out, I guess.
Avran whipped it in the wrong direction, so my ready to action to stab it isn't going to do anything.
All right, that's more than fair. Hezrod is on... Okay, so there's no Eldritch Blaster. Was that an accident?
Yeah, I was trying to look at the details of the spell.
Cool.
I immediately regretted it after it was like, crit. Like, I'll save that for later.
Why is the Shadow Demon showing up? You can see it, right?
I can see it.
Yeah.
On the wrong side of Avran.
This
Right
motherfucker-
next to Malika.
I see. That's soon.
Yeah, it's a friend of yours. Hezrod actually thinks Malika is
you guys know each other.
That's just... that's not okay.
John, that's anti-witch bigotry.
Well, I mean, I normally would be on the side of the oppressor in this this instance, but
Well, no, other John.
sorry.
Oh.
Oops.
Would
Other John, you
Avran
thought you
Well,
were saying-
I am now an honorary witch.
True.
No.
would Avran know
Revoked. Revoked.
what this creature
Not
is?
anymore. Not anymore. Damn.
It is very clearly a shadow demon. Anyway,
Okay.
it's going
Thank
to
you.
attack again, and Avran, you have not acted yet this turn, so it'll do so with advantage.
Nope.
disadvantage
Why?
on attacks because he's got the
Cloak.
Oh no! It doesn't care about that. It's not attacking.
Okay.
It's not attacking by sight.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Seems to
Fair
be a
enough.
common theme.
So it will take 24 points of psychic damage.
Ouchie. Hold on, wait.
All
Never
right.
mind. I thought Danger Sense did something for that, but it didn't. You said 29?
24. The best way to
24.
describe its current mood or attitude and what's kind of happening with it is it's kind of flailing about very angrily and very much focusing its ire on Avran. Malika, you're up.
Like, I mean, I'd be pissed too if somebody just like stuck their dirty hand into my home.
Azizo. Chicho?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
gonna move here.
No, I thought you were talking to someone IRL too.
Okay. As you move away from the creature, it spins around in a frenzy, just angrily slashing at you.
Fucking dick.
16 hit? Miss.
Wait, it misses.
Yep.
Ugh.
You can feel, like, just
Oh,
behind you, the
yes.
cold kind of, like, sweep of its attack.
All right, so we're gonna do one of these. I need a DC 17 intelligence save, please.
It will not roll. You watch as the lance kind of slams into its form, and you expect a reaction, but it just doesn't seem to do anything.
Oh shit.
Okay, this guy's gonna move here, and is going to pew pew.
Okay.
Now, is
I
that
think
thing
I
go
can
on
do.
your turn?
It goes
Yes,
after.
it goes directly after me.
Oh,
So
after.
it's gonna take. Wait, my spell level was 4, so it can take 2 attacks. 1, 2.
Okay. They both hit.
1,
It ignores all the damage. You watch as both the spellcaster and the summon throw force a psychic barrage on the creature. You watch as it doesn't even seem to notice that it's being hit.
Was that against the
Yeah.
Shadow Demon or the Dwarf?
Shadow Demon.
Due to the nature of Fiona's
Malika and
patron,
Fiona both would glaringly notice that this thing is immune
Right.
to psychic damage.
yeah. Oh, thank you.
Malika done, Avran up.
End of turn.
All right, so first we're gonna start this off with Avran going into his Holy Swordsman stance. Then we're gonna reckless attack with our Sword of Sharpness.
Oh, that'll hit.
14.
I'm sorry. Are
That
you
that hits.
raging?
No,
No.
can't rage and stance at the same time. In the same
Yeah.
turn.
So don't you have to be raging to attack recklessly?
No, I don't
Oh,
think so.
okay.
I think you can just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that cloak, that's actually a pretty sick strategy.
Yeah.
That's what I do in Celeste all the time. All right, so
Alright,
13 hit or
so-
14 hits.
All right, yeah. Hold on. Does he? No, he doesn't get hatred.
It's not undead.
I'm just activating all my stuff
Mhm,
before
mhm, mhm, mhm.
anything. That is 24 damage, I'm gonna say. 16 radiant and 8 slashing.
As you kind of bring the blade up onto your shoulder into the stance, and then just kind of like lean in and throw the blade forward, the spark of Atavius's light strikes the second before the blade contacts it, and you watch as this wave of sunlight just pierces through the creature, just tearing at its frame. As you kind of all blink for a second with that burst, you notice that the Shadow Demon's form is like split in half, but it's like hanging still on its own, and its claws are kind of like just angrily moving towards Avran again.
All right, so
Second attack.
after that hit, he's gonna like brace or like grate through the light, and he's gonna go again from an upward
Sure.
or from a downward angle.
Go for
All
it.
right, reckless again.
Hit.
20. He's gonna do the same thing. Smite.
Okay. So as the
Even
second,
more.
it's literally like a 3-second pop, and it just shatters the thing into nothing. Fight's over.
Okay. Bite me, bitch. All right.
Well, I'm proud of you for cleaning up your own mess.
John, out of curiosity,
Yeah.
Did you
Would
say that
you
out loud?
know
Hold on, hold on.
whether
Go ahead, Fiona.
sorry, would she know whether demons are like commonly versed in psychic sort of practices, or like is this sort of a common thing for a demon to have?
You can make a religion check to try and understand the nature of a shadow demon, a
Shadow
specific demon. But yeah, it's not uncommon for demons to have resistances. I guess
Okay,
would
I
be
guess-
the base answer.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to question whether how rare this sort of thing would be.
Sure.
So religion.
They're different fiends.
Ugh. Yikes.
Yeah, no idea. You do know kind of that was a shadow demon, but what that really means, you have no idea.
Got you.
And then for the rest of you, immediately after the thing dissipates, with religion trained, you would know that when a demon dies in the material plane, it cannot re-enter the material plane, even if summoned, for a year and a day. So this entity is gone.
Did it leave any sort of like remains?
No.
We should look in the hole.
I vote.
Before that happens, Fiona's gonna step towards Avran and just say, "Hold out your hand if you want to feel a little, less like you look like you're dying." And cast a cure wounds on him. Just double checking. It says that I get 1 cure wounds per level. So even though I have 10 charges, I can only do like 4 once, 3 once, 2 once, 1 once, right?
You're talking about the loot or the bandor?
The Staff of Healing, actually.
Oh, no idea.
You can cast it at a maximum of 4th level.
Okay.
And you can do that until the staff runs out of charges.
Right.
Oh,
So it'll be like-
okay.
it's basically like 1 charge.
One
for
charge
cure wounds at
per
1st
spell level.
For spell level.
So if you
4
cast
charges for cure wounds at 4th level.
3 for third, 2 for 2, 1 for 1. So if you want to just cast Cure Once at first level, it'll cost 1 charge from this staff. You want to
You
cast?
don't have to cast it that high.
If I cast it at 4, then it's 4 charges.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, yes, she will do a first for you, Avran. Knowing that you can take a lot of damage.
I mean, he lay on hands as soon as he was done.
So 9
Save
back.
your lay on hands, no?
No, because I was at 39. I was low.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm also Malika's gonna also approach Avran. Well, you are the muscle of the group. I think this may
No, I'm
be
good.
useful
I'm full.
for you later. Don't try to argue with me, Avran.
Oh, okay.
Not in here. And she'll hook him up with the midwife's cannula. I think it would be kind of flavorful if it had to be like kind of plugged into your spine. So I'm gonna say we like plug it into your lower back and kind of kind of hide it in your armor, and I'll attach a potion of healing. So if things get weird, you just hit this little button thing back here, and it'll pump you with a point of health every turn for 10 turns.
That'll be 26 gold.
So the cannula can be activated as a bonus action, and it can be done so by you or anyone adjacent to you.
Okay.
And
Thank
then
you.
It'll heal you a hit point at the end of each of your turns for a minute.
Gotcha.
Trust me, Tom, it's not out of charity. We'll need the muscle at some point, I'm sure. No offense, Avran dear.
There was kind of a obtuse notation as to looking into. I keep getting feedback and I don't know who it's coming from. I'm so sorry.
It's probably me. I'm
oh,
sorry.
you villain! You absolute villain. I just hate hearing myself. I sound terrible. The hole is solid black again. It doesn't look like that changed. So looking into it still merits no benefit.
Hezrod looks at the hole,
Mhm.
looks at Avran. He looks kind of like his tone is like his expression is just like so like flat and dead and just like not impressed. And he just like moves past to the end of the hallway, to right about here.
Hey, he created a problem. He solved the problem.
Right, and then he's about to do it again.
So I need to make sure this is something that was noted last time. I just want to make sure that I'm asking you, because this is the first time I think you've actually approached. Do you step over the marble line?
No, he will literally stop right where he's at.
Okay, so
And
right
as he,
before the
like,
marble
moves
line.
As he moves past like the aberrant spirit, he kind of like puts up his shield to put like his shield between it and him, because he finds the thing repulsive. And then he just sort of stands here and he like watches the dwarf thing, and when it comes back up out of the floor, he just says, "Hey, stop doing that!"
It descends all the way down to the bottom into blackness. You think you can see like the outline of some statues, some quite a far distance down.
Oh, so like this is like a pit.
Yeah, so think of it like a stairwell, as it very much is that. You can see the stairs that descend down as you look around. Kel, as you step up, do you step over the white marble line or no?
No.
Okay.
So is that like you said that pit is like dark?
Yeah.
Hezrod has light cast on him. Is that
Cool.
illuminating the pit at all, or is that
It's really dark and really far down.
Okay. Are there any like pebbles or loose rocks or anything?
Mostly just bits of vegetation. There are no loose stones, though, surprisingly.
He looks over his shoulder and he says, "Fiona, this stuff is weird.
Fiona nods.
Weird darkness."
Understood. You all know that I can see through magical darkness, right? So if I can't see through this, it's clearly that substance we encountered before in the lake. Just give me a moment. I want to try to see if there's anything else in this hole. And Fiona's going to cast Mage Hand. She's not going to put her actual hand in the hole.
Yeah, so you actually recognize the second that it passes through the hole space, the spell is dispelled.
Dispelled, yeah.
No,
She just
sorry.
nods her head.
Fiona's referring to the darkness in the hole.
She's
I'm
dealing with the
referring to
problem that you've like created, and she wants to resolve that first before moving on to new problems, which is insane.
didn't do
I
shit.
get that's crazy.
Hezron didn't do shit.
I know that's mad. Like, I applaud Gijo. Was like, oh, Avran taking damage is a problem. Solution, cannula. Tom sat back, was just like, okay. Avran getting attacked is a problem. Avran needs to hit harder. Scold him. Fiona's like, there's still the problem of this weird mouth thing that Avran hasn't solved yet, but certainly did a great bang-up job of murdering the thing and came out it. Be ready to do it again. But Fiona,
Yeah, I
you
thought-
see the mage hand dissipates.
I
Immediately.
thought Avram was just gonna stick his hand back in the hole. That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah, Fiona just kind of calls out.
Should he?
Soma, I don't know if you're familiar with that goo. Who was it that actually used it the first time or removed it? Was that Malika?
You didn't bring it with you.
No, but I'm curious who actually physically used it the first time. Like who actually?
Well, I don't believe we
Like, picked it
used it for anything, but
There was a lot of passing it around.
yeah, we certainly put it in a
Yeah, I
bottle and buried it.
Kind of
Okay.
played hot potato with it.
Interesting. Can she go through her bag? I don't know if anyone has like a loose jar. That's kind of also what I'm wondering. Like who stored it the first time? I know it's in like a fancy box.
came
No,
but-
no. But real quick, the goo is nowhere near you. It is totally back in Manus. You did not take it
Yeah.
with you. You do
Right.
not have it. So
I think she's trying to get more of it.
there's no goo
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
No,
there's
I
gotta be
know,
a
but I'm trying to
gun.
discover like the method we used to get the
Oh.
goo the first time.
Oh,
Who and what did
just-
that? Let's
I
do it
just-
again.
I just
No,
scooped it
but-
off of the ground and into a vial.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't-
putting my
Oh.
hand in that thing.
She kind of
I
nods her
thought
head.
it.
So let me. Fiona
Or
is
was
just
it
gonna
Cal
resolve
that
this
did it?
quickly. What we both mean to do is she's gonna grab a rock or something and just try to like scrape, like if she can take away any of this substance, just around the outer edge.
No, there is no substance. It's just solid
It's
blackness.
just shadow. It's just blackness.
Yeah.
It's just the shadow.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The substance, it came out already, but
It
there
wasn't.
might still be more.
Hold on. I think there's a misapprehension here.
No,
Let me
no,
make
I'm
sure.
talking about the shadow demon.
Sure. That is not a substance. That was a creature. There is no liquid. There is just black shadow in the mouth
Okay.
of the demon creature.
And stone.
The only thing that was felt inside of there when Avram put his hand in there was pain. Absolute horrifying pain, and then more pain as the shadow demon continued to bite down on him. That's all that has happened.
Can I? So I think the point of confusion is that there's two substances that kind of have like a similar, like it's the Orvo, right? That's like in goo form.
No, I think everybody is overthinking this.
There's just pain and suffering in
I
that hole.
would
and we
just
should
like
leave
to
it.
draw everybody's attention to the riddle that mentioned a mass to not be affected or seen by whatever lies in the darkness. So maybe we should continue on.
We've already been affected by it.
Yeah. So there's another thing that causes me to not be able to see through darkness, and it's not the substance; it's something else. Cool.
It's the
Ezra
nature of
walks
the
over-
darkness itself.
He sticks his like
Right.
his chaotic black hand in the hole.
Cool. Yeah, it's empty. Feels like there's a cavity on the other side.
Yeah, he keeps reaching around to see if he can find like a switch, a lever, anything interesting, anything in the hole.
Cool. You feel around, and yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything inside of the cavity. But I mean, reaching in deep enough, you do kind of feel the edges of it. You can feel that the stone in there. There's no weird substances or anything crazy. It's just a cavity that had a shadow demon in it, and there appears to be a strange darkness spell that is blocking sight into it.
He pulls his hand out,
Interesting.
looks at everybody, and says, "It's empty." And then he moves back to where he was, and he says, "Is that thing coming out of the darkness, or is it still down there?"
There's nothing come. Oh, it's back in the
The other room.
Yeah, it's continually going up and down. It takes about a minute to get down and then a minute to get back up. So every 2
The
minutes,
next time it
it
comes
completes
back
her
up, he says, "I told you to stop doing that."
it doesn't do anything. But did you pass the white line when you yelled at it?
No, I came back to where I was.
Okay, it still does nothing.
He says, "That thing is very annoying."
Should we continue forward?
Hezrod, do you want me to send the spirit forward? See what happens.
Sure, get it away from me.
It's just a beholder can, God. And the
That's going
spirit
around.
will fly in here.
Okay. When do you?
Kind of like
Hold on. Just Malika. Sorry. I just want to keep pacing because things are being done. I need to react to them. So, Malika, you send the creature forward past the white line. The second it happens, everyone kind of hears a hum sound, almost like a piercing of wind. The second that happens, Malika, do you command the creature to do anything? And also, when you sent it through, did you just send it at your own accord, just randomly, or did you send it at a specific time during the dwarf's ascent and descent?
I guess I would have sent it out whenever the dwarf was visible.
Okay. So then the
from this
second
area.
that happens, the dwarf starts screaming, and you start hearing crunching of stone all throughout that chamber around you. Do you do anything besides that? It's floating in the air just like that. And you can hear stone like cracking inside of that chamber.
I guess no, I'll just leave him in there.
Okay. 4 massive stone lances come flying at the creature. It's AC.
Why is it not more obvious?
Up in the top left.
Shoot.
It should be like 12 plus PB bonus, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
12 plus what bonus? Plus proficiency bonus?
It should be.
15?
Okay. Hit.
Oh, jeez. Should have lied and said it was 15
Does it have
plus
any?
PB.
Does it have any resistances or anything to piercing damage from non-magical sources?
No.
Okay. It takes 54 points of damage.
Okay, it has 50.
So it's dead.
Wait, how many did it? Oh, okay, yeah, it's done.
54.
You watch as these 4 lances slam into it and kind of hold there for a second as it's floating in the air. It pops and returns back to its summoned space, and the 4 javelins kind of slam to the ground, looking like they're completely fashioned out of stone. Hezrod and Kel, you watched as from the shadows of the corners of this space up above, what appeared to be winged forms moved with haste and threw these javelins from there. I would say the 2 of you would have noticed like glowing red eyes on these strange forms, not too dissimilar from the shadow demons. And those lances moved with quite a speed and clip, as if they were thrown by things that are very good at throwing javelins. But from each of the corners of this chamber.
What are the dimensions of the room? How tall is it?
You cannot see the top of it if you do not have dark vision over 80.
Is it cubic? Is it cubic?
Yeah, it's square. It goes straight up.
Can I assume that it's like it's going to be the same distance from here?
It's 80 feet up.
Top of the room?
It's 80 feet up. You can't see the top of the room.
Okay.
Just for the record, the riddle did mention Don the Masker be seen, and as soon as the thing was seen,
cast Fireball.
Okay.
But he wants to cast it like high enough above the middle of the room so that the outer edge of the fireball reaches the roof. So he's basically casting it so it fills the room, but doesn't reach the hallway. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like fill.
You're trying to create a light source?
You're burning the ceiling. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Fireball, 3rd level, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my my Channel Divinity to make it do maximum damage and deal damage to me.
Cool. Tell me the damage.
So I believe it's Wake of Destruction. So 5 necrotic damage per 5 necrotic damage per cleric level. So for me that would be 40 damage.
God damn.
Oh wait a second. No, sorry, that's the wrong Channel Divinity. Okay. Annihilating Edict. I'll go ahead and just click that. So that should put it in the chat. 5 damage per level of that spell, so that's 15 damage. The spell deals maximum damage and ignores immunity and resistance of objects or structures, and deals double damage to objects or structures. Structure or object reduced to 0 if your hit points from a spell enhanced by this feature is destroyed and reduced to dust. So you watch as like Hezrod basically like raises his spear arm,
Oh, I see.
and, like fire like rips through his skin and spirals up his arm and then up the spear before he casts a fireball and it explodes.
Sorry, somebody moving.
Lights up the whole room before you.
Somebody moving through walls forced me to change the nature of the mechanic. So someone had moved through walls and saw things outside of that, and because it was on Explorer mode, it saves everything that you'd seen. But now, unfortunately, I have to regulate it to not being able to do that because someone moved through walls. You shouldn't be able to move through walls anymore now. So, anyways,
Okay.
total damage on the fireball.
Total damage on the fireball, I believe that's level 3 would be 68, so that's 48.
Cool. You hear 4 loud cracks, and then you see falling from the corners 4 pretty decent sized forms, somewhere around 7, maybe 8 feet tall, completely stone, just slamming down into the ground and breaking apart as they hit the ground. Each in the
That's right.
corners.
That should do it. And then he steps forward.
They appear to have been gargoyles.
You have to admire creative problem solving.
Yes, thank you for that. But I do think that Soma raised a good point about the mask. Suppose it's on the other side. Are we walking ahead just to our doom?
I believe we should try to find this mask that the riddle speaks about.
There is an altar back there.
Do we see these patterns?
No, so like I was saying before, the darkness is pretty deep. The patterns that you're seeing in there is just notations as to what's below. And what I'm saying is in the shadows, even with like really high dark vision distances, you're kind of able to make out statue shapes below. So those star pattern things are just statues. They look like they're humanoid statues,
Statues, got you.
but they're a good ways down.
Okay. She's gonna point over to this door. Has anyone explored that area yet, or is this the only route we've seen?
Almost on found Q, about a minute or so passes after the dwarf descended and reascended after the murder of the Beholderkin. And once it makes it back to the
Sorry.
peak.
When that thing was down in the darkness, would it have been within range of the fireball?
Chad, the ceiling that you just shot out is 80 feet above you. You had to
Okay.
shoot upwards to hit it.
I got you.
Below that is where you're at, and the dwarf does not go above that level. Did the fireball get him?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I misinterpreted that as saying like.
All right, real quick.
Never. Yeah.
I don't mean to be angry, but I just want to make sure. I've explained the room a couple times. I just want to make sure. Does anybody have any questions regarding this chamber specifically before we kind of move on into the navigation process? Because it does
No,
sound
I
like,
understand that
okay.
basically everything below this railing is in perpetual darkness.
yeah, it's a good distance down. So you can see 60 feet down. So you can kind of see that the next level is about that, but you can't really make out anything other than it's kind of close to what you're standing on.
Ah. Okay.
But that's
so
about
the
it.
floor of this
I have a
chamber-
quick question, not about the room, but about this threshold.
Yeah.
Knowing that everything was triggered by the threshold, can she try to examine it itself for any sort of runes or any sort of mechanism that seems prevalent?
It's made out of very white marble, which can be kind of a iconic stone for foundation craft or craft magic.
Interesting. And would she kind of know, or should I roll for this? What kind of organizations typically use that, or like what sort
No.
of people? No, okay,
Everybody
gotcha.
uses that who's fortunate to have it. But yeah, you would know that the spell that was probably indicated here was the alarm spell, based on its response when transgressed.
Ah.
Got you. Does she get the sense that it is that there are multiple triggers for it, or that it's sort of a one-time usage?
So far, the only people who have passed through are the Beholderkin, who's now gone from this world,
Yeah.
and Hezrod. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen the indicator go twice. That sound that I mentioned.
Got you.
Yeah, so Hezrod steps through. He doesn't get impaled by stone javelins. Speaking of which, are those
Right.
stone javelins still there?
They are. Do you
Are
try to
they-
pick one up?
Yeah.
They weigh about 20 pounds apiece.
Yeah, so not like really
Yeah.
functional as weapons.
For you, no.
No, okay. I mean, I also have Eldritch Blast. I'll be fine.
Yeah, and they do look like, even though they were probably just made moments ago, they look like they have kind of a strange ornate patterning to them, which Soma and Fiona would immediately recognize seems to follow the Montoulet patterning.
Of course. Looking across the other way, is this also white marble?
No, there are no other white marble indicators, but you would see that all the way across the way there does appear to be another stone face. Also demonic. This one looks a little more somber than the angry one at the door.
Interesting.
There does also appear to be a hallway that leads north, a stairwell that leads down, and if you go all the way around, it looks like there's another hallway there. So to move the process on a little bit, and if you hesitate, that's also an option. So just make sure that's the thing. I'm going to kind of put to the table the question of where you go next. And I'm just going to move through everybody to kind of get everyone to have a chance to have the floor and discuss kind of what they're thinking. So not too much back and forth. Just let the person talk and kind of explain their point of view. I'm going to start with John. John, Kel's seen the situation as I've described. Do you want to go down? Do you want to go up into that hallway kind of north of you? Do you want to go to the other hallway on the other side, the weird mask on the other side, back toward the last door, or do you just want to not voice an opinion?
Kel's kind of thinking about what Fiona and Soma were talking about, where there could be a mask on the other side. Then I also...
Okay, so that's your interest. Okay, that's your point of interest. Okay, that's what we got. We got to focus there. So Kel does kind of appear to be not crossing the threshold or anything crazy, but looking over at that. Cool.
Right.
All right, let's go with Jijo. Jijo, again, your beholder was completely mangled. You know, are looking at the situation. It looks like Hezrod solved the problem, and the same kind of objectives are kind of put to you. What's Malika thinking?
Yeah, let's keep pushing forward.
And when
Like into this stairwell area, and if people want to look at the mask, let's look at the mask.
okay,
But let's just get out of this hallway. and
Mask.
move forward.
keep moving. Got it. That's 2 for Mask so far. Let's go ahead and move to Jonah.
Hi. Everyone went to go look at the glass door
Okay.
because I remember you saying it looked like it could be broken
Okay. So
or it was chipping.
that's what we'll say that you're doing. Great. Cool. We've got that. Everyone's kind of seeing that Avran's doing that. Great. And then
God damn it, Avran.
moving on to let's go with Fiona. Fiona, you
What?
saw the situation unfold as you saw it unfold. Same objectives are kind of put to you as well. Everyone's doing what they're doing. What would you like to be doing?
Part of what I'm doing is I'm wondering about this other side of the room,
So you're
the
going to-
left.
You're gonna go hang out with Avran. That works for me. Cool. And then we'll move on to Chad.
Yes. Hezrod kind of looks around for a moment, and then he kind of readies his sword and shield. I'm essentially like gonna start moving forward while taking the dodge action,
Mm-hmm.
or not sword and shield, but spear and shield. So
Yeah.
he's gonna start heading this way cautiously.
Okay, so don't worry about that for now. We'll get you on your path. And then last but not least, Soma. So you kind of have an understanding that Avran and Fiona are focused on the glass wall in the back. Looks like Kel and Malika are very much focused on the opposite side. And it looks like Hezrod is about to kind of wander to the north. Very much the situation that you've been kind of placed into since the onset of you being a part of this party is that you very much realize that you are herding cats. That said, don't fight it. Go with it. Which of those 3 options that has been placed to you would you like to objectively go to help and focus on?
Well, given that Hezrod got himself into trouble last time and also got me into trouble, I'm going to let him wander off on his path, and I will head towards the glass
I'm
door.
sorry, what are you
Don't-
referring to?
Don't interject. He's still explaining himself. But you're going to the glass door, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. We don't need to make it a fight. He's got his own opinions and his feelings.
Oh,
Yeah, has Rob.
he's talking about the bar.
You're like, when did I fuck up? I've never. Oh yeah, no, I fucked up. No, yeah.
No, I mean, Hezrod everything was fine for him.
Fair enough. So Soma, go ahead and put your token over that way. Hezrod, you move up and you move to a point where. Go ahead and move up north there. You move to a point where the hallway very quickly winds the other direction. You see that at the end of this hall, there is a statue that appears to be made out of terracotta. It appears to be of a very beautiful woman holding in one hand a rosary, at the end of which is the Atavian cross. In her left hand is an orb with the moon and star of Alowain, and saddled on her head is the cross of Ashtar. These are all terracotta workings. There's nothing real here to take, so don't ask that. But it does look like there is terracotta rubble at her feet, and you can definitely hear ahead of you the sound of burbling water. It sounds like the pathway you're about to go through crosses over the waterway. Take that into account. Formulate in your head what you're going to do. Don't tell me what it is now, because we're moving to the other side and explaining what's happening with them. Kel and Malika, you're looking at the opposite side of the area, the somber-looking demon face. Its mouth doesn't have a void in it. It looks like you could see through it. It's just at this distance, it's a bit hard due to distance. But if you'd like to go over and explore it, you can if you'd like.
And Kel kind of look back over at Malika and kind of wait for what she wants to do.
Malika will shrug and step over.
All right, the two of you head over to the face. We'll get to that in a second. Moving back to the three at the glass wall. The glass wall is transparent. It looks like it's made out of a crystal, not a glass, and it looks like it is breakable. It would definitely take some effort. Avran, you're looking at it as everyone's kind of doing their own thing. You're not really paying attention. Fiona's footfall comes behind you, and then very shortly after that, Soma appears because his footfall is probably really quiet. But the two of them appear to just kind of be behind you. Possibly Angel Devil on the shoulders, but which one's which? What would you like to do, you three?
Fiona wants to see
this-
it blocked.
Can this door be pushed?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
It can't be pushed.
it does not
Not
push
to me.
open.
Does it seem like it's locked?
It doesn't seem like it's a door. Tom, what was your question?
You said last week there was a book on the altar from what we could see. Is that correct?
Let me double check you here. So you see that there is not so much an altar, but a sarcophagus.
Right.
For Avran and Fiona, the sarcophagus is very similar to the one that you found in the burrow, or the barrow. That being said, the sarcophagus is doesn't appear to have anything on it. There are whites that are kind of in the corner, dead creatures, but they appear to be moving. They don't appear to be moving with any purpose. They're just kind of oscillating in their sections.
Can we see from this angle if it looks like there's any other entrance into the room?
It does
I've
not.
stiffed side.
It does not appear to be so. However, the whites are kind of set in these alcoves. It could be the case that the alcoves have some sort of secret passage. You just can't make out what they are from here. But again, you wouldn't put it past the builders. The thing that you're looking straight across at, by the way, is a 5 foot wide bronze disc that two statues are kind of holding. The disc in question is embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. The desiccated corpses, as I mentioned, are kind of moving in their corners. It looks like they're all wearing black masks that are made out of paper mache and feathers.
Ooh. All of the whites?
Masks,
or
huh?
things?
And the thing that you're looking through, it's not a door, it's a window. It is in a door frame, but it is very much not a door. There is no mechanism or anything that you can see that allows it to door.
Fiona quickly points to the masks. Do you think that's what the riddle was referring to, and that perhaps we have to defeat them first before we can progress safely?
Would think so, but
Maybe.
there's 6 of them, and 3 of us, and the other 3 have gone on their way. So perhaps as the responsible ones, we should follow after them for now.
She kind of grits her
Hmm.
teeth. All right. Well, hopefully, if they take heed of this riddle, they'll all come back and join us.
I'd say too, the one thing you notice about the corpses that are kind of just like weirdly moving is that they're shorter than you'd expect, but then you kind of look at their robes and their attire. They appear to be seated on some sort of chair or throne in these alcoves.
Well, the last trap, it activated when someone passed the threshold, yes?
Yes, but trust me, I have dealt with many containers that breaking triggers their own alarm. So with just
Yes,
the 3 of us over here, I would
Avran,
advise we move.
exactly. I don't feel brave enough to take them all on ourselves. We should gather everyone before we tangle with those things.
Okay. Meanwhile, Hezrod, do you approach the statue at the end of the hall, or do you return back to the group having seen what you've seen?
It basically has like it's carrying symbols of the triumvirate.
Yeah, it's got all 3 of the
Gideon
icons.
cross. It's got the Aluane star and moon, and then it's got the symbol of Atma. You said it on its head.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, the
It says
symbol.
something about terracotta.
No, it's sorry, symbol of Ashtar. The symbol of Ashtar appears to be made out of something different. It looks like it's made out of iron. But other than that, everything else appears to be just made out of stone. The ground appears to be covered in the same kind of colored stone. It looks like it's rusted, or it's like rusty brown colored, except for the Ashtar mark, which is like pretty big.
He kind of looks. He looks over to where like Kel and Malika are. And he says, "There is a statue here. I am going to look." And then he, still being like very defensive, he's
Can I
gonna move.
respond?
Well,
Yeah, sure.
real quick, he yells down. The thing that Malika and Kel notice as they're making their way around the railing is that not only do you hear it, but then you hear it, but then you hear it, but then you hear it. As it echoes above you, it echoes below you, it echoes underneath you, it echoes in the hallway that you're moving towards, and the hallway you just left. And guess who else hears it? The people who are at the window. At least once. It's
You know,
trippy.
Are you talking about
like we.
Hezrod's voice?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
What?
the next thing that you hear is the flapping of wings as the dwarf makes it to the high point of its altitude again.
Hold on. John,
Look-
you're moving us around, I think, faster
Oh,
than
sorry.
I would like for us to be moving.
Sure, absolutely fine. You were moving around to a specific location. I was kind of designating where that would be once you started hearing them yell. So I understand there was like a durational, but were you not
Uh-huh.
walking there or no?
Malika is not one to go like off like that.
Okay.
I think she would probably be like here.
Okay, so Kelly would be right with you, and so would the snake, and Avram would be back at the glass window at this point.
Right.
Is that right? Cool. That's fine.
Sorry,
the dwarf
I
still
thought we
comes
were-
up to the height of its elevation, sees you inside of the room having passed through, and starts screaming again. Something weird about the screaming is it doesn't seem to echo like Hezrod's voice does. Go ahead, Chad.
Well, I was just going to say, Hezrod he said, I'm going to go investigate, and then he was going to move forward. Still, like, being, defensive, take the dodge action.
Absolutely fine.
And then Malika say something.
Yeah, Malika wanted to respond. Hey, Hezrod, don't. I'd feel safer if you didn't go alone. Do you want us to come with you?
That is why I told you.
That is why what?
You're yelling.
I told
He
you.
told you.
You're yelling over
Like,
the screaming dwarf, by the way, to get the messages back and forth.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Well,
mean,
like, the
I
whole
think,
reason
like,
he
I
mentioned
think
it, because he was
Malika
like,
would have responded, and then the dwarf would have started screaming.
It was more.
And then Hezrod would have been kept on.
It was
yelling.
more so, like, again, because of positioning. The second he yelled was when the dwarf was coming up to that point. It wasn't here's a nice window for you to have a conversation. It was yelling, and then very shortly after screaming, and then you two having a conversation back and forth. So I'm just trying to make sure that the timing
what?
is here.
Fuck that thing.
I'm fine with the,
Ezra's not moving down the hallway. He's moving back out into this room to fucking shoot that thing.
I'm fine with the pullback on like the slow walking. That's fine. But if everyone's kind of congregating into this room to shoot the dwarf, that's fine. Avran, again, there's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of people kind of coming to anger.
No, kill it.
Hezrod, I'm assuming Hezrod and Kel and possibly Malika are all doing like a Pulp Fiction scenario where they're turning their guns on the guy and shooting it. Is that accurate? Okay,
Yeah.
go
It's
ahead.
good to be.
Beat the shit out of my sentry.
Fuck him. Hezrod told him to stop doing that, and now he's screaming at me.
Okay.
So,
While they're pulverizing a thing that's not going to matter to me after it dies, they will probably kill it. Avran, Fiona, and Soma, you're hearing this all go off. Yeah, it hits. Also very much hits. And then, yeah, what are you three doing? It seems like someone typed something about Artisan
So-
Sorrow on the window.
Where-
Fiona immediately pulls out her sending stone and yells into it, I think we found the masks. Can you all please return to the glass door?
Nobody picks up because
Out of
they're busy.
Yeah.
can
Then
I
she starts
make-
moving, because fuck these guys.
Go ahead, Tom.
can I make some kind of inference about how Hezrod's voice was echoing? Like, was it echoing down the hallway? Was it echoing up from the grate,
Yeah.
coming through the glass?
Go ahead and make a perception check, but all of those attacks hit. And if you did at least, yeah, definitely. So you hear the loud bang of Fulminator, you hear the loud Eldritch bursts firing at it. These all seem to echo as well, so giving you even more kind of advantage here on this perception check. It definitely feels like you're in an open cavern, and the cavern seems to have, like, you know, an echoing nature. That's pretty much all you're gathering, but it doesn't sound like there's anything else coming about, or, you know, anything that's, if it is alerted, is making a lot of noise in response. What you do watch is that dwarf get riddled with freaking shots, basically obliterated in its form, and then a lot of its mass just descends very suddenly back into the darkness. After a fashion, you hear a loud as it hits the ground.
yeah, I actually didn't hear anything when you made
Yeah,
that.
you
I
cut
didn't
out,
hear
but-
anything. You hear a loud
Still nothing.
silence.
No, yeah.
Really? Wow.
I think what he meant was
My background detector, like,
That's funny. It's like filtering
really
it
good.
out.
It's filtering every sound except my voice. I love that. That's great.
I pictured that dude getting shot in RoboCop.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then
Yeah.
also the end of RoboCop when the guy falls off of the building.
Yep.
It was basically the movie RoboCop. Is what we just watched.
and also the sequels.
No, we did not watch RoboCop 3. You shut up. This is a good game. This is not a bad game.
Oh boy.
Okay, so as you kind of stand there in the aftermath, and Fiona, you kind of are walking over there to scold them. Presumably that's what you were going to do with the stone. There doesn't sound like there's any response. It just sounds very, very quiet.
Great. Sorry, who are you on right now?
There's no. I'm actually off of that because it seems like we've kind of reunited the three groups. The only people who are off on their own are Avran and Soma.
Well, I don't see Hezrod on the map.
Ezra's right there.
Well, as soon as she sees Malika, she calls out to her. I believe we might have found some masks. They're on these, well, kind of horrifying creatures, so we would appreciate some backup if you all would mind coming this way.
There's mass over here too. Sans horrifying creatures.
Oh,
Or
Are there
a different
masks
kind of
or
mask.
a relief, like a statue on the wall?
I mean,
Uh,
you mean mass masks?
oh yeah, no, I can't wear a statue, Malika. I meant actual
Oh.
masks you can put on your
Well,
face and wear.
Hezrod found a corridor that heads north and then west. It might get us to that chamber without having to shatter that glass. I just have a superstition about it.
About not shattering it.
It just doesn't seem right. I mean, maybe I'm just being a superstitious country girl, but shattering that glass for no reason seems like a bad move. I don't have any evidence for it, for or against it.
It is possible that there is some kind of connection because when Hezrod was doing his screaming thing, we could certainly hear it as if he was nearby. That could have been
Oh,
because of the grate.
someone dropped out.
Yeah, Chad disappeared.
What if we try going around the corridor? What do you think about that?
I think we
just
can-
one nod ahead. But she kind of raises her hand. The only thing I'm wondering though is that if we're wearing the masks, we might not take as much. We might not be seen, right? So if we go the long route, it wouldn't really matter, would it? Or am I misinterpreting that?
I don't think the route is that long, though. I mean, it's just one left turn, and then you're in the chamber. I think. Hezrod, can you? Oh wait, Chad's gone, right?
Yeah,
Like it.
Chad's AF. Oh, he's in the voice.
It's in the voice,
Chad?
right? Oh,
Not
no, it's
anymore.
Oh nope.
Maybe it's his turn for his
he
power to go out.
Sounds like he crashed. Yep.
It's certainly possible that the masks were to prevent everything that just happened in this room. At which point, not super relevant. So,
Right.
since some of us seem so determined to charge forward in this direction, how about we just agree to continue until
Right.
we find
I mean, if
some
y'all
other
wanna-
barrier?
No, if y'all want to smash the glass, smash the glass. I'm going with my gut. My
Right.
mistress always told me, go with your gut, Malika.
Yeah, Fiona kind of cracks a slight smile at that. We can definitely try. You know, if we see something horrible, then we can try the other way. But perhaps if there's a shorter route, you're right, and your gut is correct. And then she turns over back to Avrand and kind of like gestures for him to come over. We may have found a different route in Avran that would avoid breaking the glass. So let's try it.
Out of character, I know that both Avran and Jonah really want to smash that fucking glass. And I feel like I'm being like the nun at the
The nun at the no fun.
well, yeah, at the middle school dance.
The no fun none.
But
Leave space for Jesus.
Malika has that look, so I think it works.
Oh, crap.
Okay, I'm not moving any further than this. I'm gonna wait.
Oh god, somebody moved into the wall. How is that?
I don't know how I did that.
Kel,
Thank you.
you do not belong there.
I don't.
All right.
It's because I'm moving two people at a time. That's why.
Fiona would actually kind of like, as we're walking forward, say, just for the record, I might have the best vision here, due to reasons. So perhaps I should
Hold on, we got some
lead the way.
we got some movement. It does look like, vision wise, it's not dark here. In this space, it looks like the weird illumination that I mentioned before is still kind of present. But as you're kind of walking forward, you can see the statue as I described it. It is holding, it appears to be a rosary with the Atavian cross hanging from the right hand. From the left hand, it's holding an orb with the moon and star at the top of it. And then on its head, very massive symbol of Ashtar. Almost looks like a diamond-shaped shield of iron. Everything else appears to be like a rusty kind of terracotta color, and it looks like there's a bunch of rusty terracotta on the ground in front of it. Does anybody have Smith's tools as a proficiency?
Do not.
Okay.
No.
Then no.
I can cook though.
Okay.
Does that help?
Okay. All right. So then, how will you like to proceed?
With Avran in front.
Ashtar.
Okay, as you kind of get there, you see that the statue doesn't appear to be made out of stone at all. It seems to be coated in kind of a brownish kind of dust, but it appears that the entirety is made out of like a dark iron. and it looks like the dust around it is similar material, with bits and baubles of something inside of it.
The material itself, or
On the ground has like bits and baubles inside of it, like leather bits and like other kind of like maybe a gemstone in there.
Okay, gotcha.
What weapon are you wielding?
Sword of sharpness.
And it's currently out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Make a strength saving throw. Okay. That will be insufficient. As you step that close to it, you watch
I
the
can't use my inspiration.
you watch as the statue transition and then fix. Perfect. I'm getting good at this. As you step forward, the eyes of the statue glow bright green for a second, and then the sword in your hand flies straight towards it and slams against it. You then watch as the blade starts to turn into a brown color and start flaking apart. All of the non-metal pieces fall into the pile beneath, along with the dust. The sword of sharpness is destroyed. Oh, and here's the worst part.
No, you did not.
It was an 18 DC, so
You son of a bitch.
if you have
Wow.
if you have inspiration, I will let you go back and use it if you want to.
Who's that?
Okay, Sansa time. Whoa. You hold onto the sword and move away. It looks like the eyes remain glowing green as you pull away from it, but you have a very good inkling as to what will happen if metal objects are kind of placed near that statue.
Was it this square?
Correct. 15 feet away from it.
Almost had a heart attack just now. Look.
Would it even? Well, I guess we'd have to test it. But this is technically 15 feet away.
You
I
betcha.
guess.
This is perhaps what we don't want to be seen by.
Shoot
Maybe
it.
it wasn't the dwarf.
Avron is
Yeah.
going back to the glass room, and he's going to break some shit.
Well,
Fuck
wait
this.
for us to get there.
No,
And as
he's
you're
going.
reading, she'll like actually say out loud, "No, we have the same thought. That's
Oh.
what we were talking about earlier."
Sorry, a couple of quick points I want to make sure that are aware of, and I want to highlight them because they're important. As you pass through this hallway, this long hallway, the one that goes from east to west, you heard water underneath you. Also, when you made it to the point right before Avran got, brake checked, his poo-poo almost come out his butthole. You did hear burbling water to the north of that.
What did I miss?
Avran almost lost his sword of sharpness to a
No, I
trap.
caught that, but I don't know.
Nothing else other than everybody finally coming together and deciding on a pathway. It was
Chad, we
pretty
were
We're
good.
going back to the glass now.
We initially we went the way that you had found, but that statue is super dangerous. So we're going
Yeah.
back to the glass.
Because
There's
we
clearly
have-
something connecting everything since there's water underneath the
Yeah.
grate, water here, and up ahead.
Mhm. And the fact that there's 6 masks makes me happy. So
Hezrod's first instinct when he saw the statue was, I'm going to blow it up. But then he was like, some other people might want to take a look at it. Apparently that was a bad idea. He should have just blown it up.
You could have tried.
I'm not sure that would have gone much better.
no. It's
That
really
said-
powerful.
Avran, Malika, Kel, it looks like you've made your way back to the crystal wall. What do you do when you get there?
Break that shit.
Wait,
I'm not
can
going
I-
to shoot it.
Can I prepare to hex this douche? I mean, this.
Yeah, you can ready an action to
Douche.
cast it.
That fine gentleman over there.
It's a bonus. I mean, it's a leveled spell. Does that matter?
It means that you need to ready it literally the second it's about to break, or you'll lose the spell for readying.
Can I do the same with a shot?
With a shot, you don't lose that. But yeah, if you ready a leveled spell and it doesn't happen right when the trigger comes up, and you cycle back around to your next turn, the leveled spell is effectively cast. So you may not want to do that because you
Then
don't
I
know
won't do
how
that.
you don't know how quickly Avran's going to break through this glass wall.
I see
Um,
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Doing
absolutely.
artisan sorrow.
I'll get a little closer
Okay.
so I don't shoot Soma.
The object has an AC.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll with advantage.
Correct.
Fiona is going to call out to you. This is one thing I think you'll do really good in. It's destructive. And gives you a bardic inspiration.
Are you wait to Hezrod?
Whoever's breaking it, Avran.
Oh, okay.
What do I roll?
An attack roll, so it would be a melee spell attack. So this will just be like a spell attack for a spell. Charisma. Is your charisma modifier the same as your strength?
No, my charisma's 14. Or sorry, 4 plus 4.
Oh, so it's one higher?
Yeah.
Okay, so just make a strength attack, just like a regular attack roll. Attack roll. But yeah, do you have proficiency with strength saves?
Yes. No.
Oh, this is just a strength roll you made. Okay, so your proficiency bonus is 4?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll 3d12.
Can I ready an action for when he breaks it?
What's the readied action?
The ready action would be when the thing falls, Hezrod's going to cast a fireball into that room.
Okay, so
He breaks it.
we just had a discussion regarding that. Jijo, do you want to explain why that's a bad idea?
Like basically readying an action if it doesn't pop off, like the spell slot gets wasted.
Correct.
Right, and it goes by the round in turn, right?
Yeah,
So,
so
if it doesn't, if you're waiting for it to break, if it doesn't break like in one turn, then that spell slot is wasted. So
If you
might as
want it
well
to-
just
If you want it to break in one turn, there is a guy for that.
Okay, so the question remains, do you want to ready a fireball?
No.
Okay, so
I'm ready an Eldritch Blast though.
that's fine. Okay, so the 17 damage does not destroy it. It does look like it cracks the shit out of it, though. Yeah, it was pretty
I
close.
hit it.
It was pretty
Yeah.
close. Ignoring its
Can I hit
threshold
it?
is huge. But yeah, if you just kind of wind up and swing at it with your sword, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Has anybody just tried opening the door?
There's no door. It's a window.
Oh, okay.
Take notes, people, please. I really hate repeating the same thing 5 times.
I understand. I'm sorry.
Okay, that hits. And with the weight of the blade, you hit it directly in the middle, causing it to break into 2 pretty large chunks, and the third one kind of flying out from underneath your feet. It all kind of slides out onto the ground in front of you. And as it does, in response, the whites all start to stand. Eldritch Blast and Firearm Shot. Go ahead and take those in response.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do both my Eldritch Blasts against this guy in the background. So where's that at? So many attacks.
As
First
they're
one.
throwing out their attacks, she's just going to yell out, "Avoid the face! Avoid the mask!"
16 hits, 14 misses, 16 hits. And readied actions, you only get 1 attack from a ready attack action. So fulminator shot.
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, Eldritch Blast is
Yeah.
different because it's a spell. You're casting it. So, but
Right.
if you ready an action, extra attack doesn't matter.
So that would be 12 damage.
Okay.
That would, 6 of it would be radiant.
Yeah, he's not affected by that at all. Let's see.
So that would be what? 6 force, 6 radiant.
Sorry, my computer's lagging. In the meantime,
Everybody's cursed.
seems like it's so. What a terrible night for a curse. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so everybody. What? Okay, everybody, go ahead and roll initiative while I'm getting situated. And Kel, your shot that definitely hit. Were you shooting the same target?
Yes.
Cool. What was the damage on that again?
I didn't roll it because I thought I could only shoot 1 shot, so I'm gonna roll it now.
Yeah, roll the damage for the 1 shot.
To the not face.
All right, so 10. And is your weapon attacking with silver?
Nope.
Okay. So it'll be 5 damage. As we discussed last time we fought whites, and again for the people who are relatively newer, you would note that they have resistance to all bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage if the weapon is not silvered. Yes, I know, D&D typical 5th edition says, if it's magical, it gets past that. I don't like that.
Yes.
That's not fun. Ignore that.
Yeah,
All right.
Sorry,
I do
bludgeoning,
recall
piercing,
that.
and what else?
Slashing, all physical damage.
Yeah, non-silver.
Mm-hmm.
Hezrod has a thing for that.
Absolutely cool. All right, so it is definitely Zijo who keeps on making me hear myself.
I don't know why he does that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We'll figure it out one day. Malika, what's your dexterity modifier? Or dex score?
+3, so we're even.
Okay. So then, Soma, do you want to yield to Malika or vice versa?
No, he's the rogue. He should go first.
Okay. Soma, you're up.
Is the one in the corner by the statues in range of throwing a dagger? Because I don't want to be the first one to charge in by any means.
Yes, you'll have disadvantage for the attack because of range.
Okay.
But
I guess-
if you want a bonus action, like steady aim and then throw it, you'll have regular
Yeah.
attack. It just won't do sneak.
I guess I could still pull out my bow and
That's better.
shoot. Okay. We'll try that.
Um,
Hold on, wait for.
yeah.
And steady aim, too. Just.
Okay. 25 hits, and sneak attack is an option. All right, and this is not a silvered arrow, right?
No.
Okay. It hits, but it doesn't look like it pierces or causes him to have as much issue as you would expect shooting him in the neck. All right, Malika.
Okay. I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Hex at 4th level.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Same target as everybody's been shooting.
Yeah, it's the only one I can see. Yeah, that one with the
Mhm.
red dot. Okay. And we are gonna unleash a couple of Eldritch Blasts. Does he have cover since I'm shooting through all my allies?
You can shoot through your allies just fine.
Okay.
Hit.
Whoa, why does it have a plus? Oh, because I'm a dumb bitch. I'm sorry. Okay, and then another one.
First one hits, second one misses. Go ahead and give me damage. And that is
Okay,
going
and
to be
then-
plus your d6 roll of hex. So the one up above.
Okay, perfect.
That works. All right. That appears to all work. Malika, after firing your shots, any movement? Go ahead and
yeah,
handle that. I'll go ahead and move on to Avren as you take your movement. Avren.
Okay. Avron is going to rage.
Okay. Bonus action rage.
Then he's gonna move in. Yeah, in front of that bottom one right there.
Malika, Fiona, Hezrod, Kel, Soma, all of you notice that as he passes through the crystal barrier, you hear the whoom sound as he does so. The same thing that happened when you passed over the white wall, or the white barrier.
Shit.
Avren, go ahead.
So I'm gonna Great Weapon Master and then Reckless attack.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to miss. That'll hit. You're using a sword that does still exist because I didn't destroy it.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Oh, wait, no, sorry. You said reckless. Okay, yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Stop it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Go ahead and give me the damage. And this
It's
is
not silver, so.
yeah, not silver. So 17. That'll be
Oh fuck! I forgot to drop a smite. Can I do that or no? Is it too late?
yeah, it's too late.
Okay.
What
There's also hatred damage in there, but it's only +4, I think.
was that?
There's hatred damage. for
Oh,
being
yeah,
an
plus 2.
assailant. It's 2.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's 2.
It's it looks like it's already in there. Cool. Avren done. Kel, you're up.
And 2 more rage damage. My bad.
Oh, okay. So one more rage damage. Got it. Moving in, same thing happens. Those of you that are paying attention. Will... Kel, you taking shots? You're muted if you're trying to talk to
Oh,
me.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, he moves in, and then he is going to shoot the one with the red dot.
First one will hit, second one will miss. Go ahead and give me the damage on the first one. All right. As you kind of aim the weapon up and shoot him in the face, getting ready for that double tap, the first one, you watch his head explode against the round and like his body slump back into the chair, and it kind of causes you to quickly kind of move towards the next target, but you're already like reactively pulling the trigger, so the bullet just kind of shoots and hits the bronze disc in the middle with a loud kind of ding sound. Nothing happens. It doesn't sound like it echoes very much, but just for flavor.
Right.
Kel done.
Like it.
There you go. This one should be this. This one stands up. Avran, go ahead and make an athletics check.
That's 20.
Pushes you back. It stands up and just kind of pushes you back. Seems like that's all it does. As it's doing so, this one stands up and you hear a shh as it draws a silver sword and starts rushing towards you. Yeah. And it swings with the sword. Did that roll out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit for that much damage.
Ouchie.
And I'm going to hide my rolls so I can lie about doing well. Or,
I appreciate you being honest, my man.
oh, no worries. That rolled out loud too, didn't it?
No.
It didn't? Oh.
No, I
Okay.
only saw the first one.
17 to hit Avran.
What's 16 halved? Is it 7? Or is it 8?
It's,
Uh,
it's 8, my dude.
8.
Okay, I'm stupid. Thank you.
That's okay. Apparently you're
does
not
that-
the only one.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Reaches after kind of swinging, it kind of swipes down and spins around, and its left hand shoots out and grabs you on the neck. Take 3 necrotic damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. Constitution. Oh.
Okay. You succeed
15.
as it kind of pulls its hand away. This dark energy kind of like pulls at your neck and kind of slaps into its hand. It's that life-draining force that you've felt a number of times from fighting whites before. This one rushes forward and jumps in on Kel, as does this one. And this one will
Okay.
attempt to get to there. They will very much do the same. It's the exact same attack itinerary. Spinning two-handed sweep and then grab with the hand. So this one against Avran, 15 to hit for 5. So it'll be 2 slashing damage. And then life drain, 11 will miss. Then against Kel, sweep sword, sweep sword. The first sweeping sword hits you for 5 damage, Kel. Second sweeping sword, you manage to kind of duck your head, tail just barely missing, getting cleft off. And then they both jump forward to kind of reach at you at the same time. As you're kind of ducking, you kind of shift away from the first one, but jump right into the hand of the second one. You'll take 4 necrotic damage and make a con save. Your maximum hit point total is unaffected as you resist the necrotic energies. All right, all the whites are done.
Those 9 total.
Yeah. Fiona, you're up.
Yeah, so seeing this, Fiona kind of runs forward. Let's see, how far can she get? Oh, all the way here.
Oh,
Ooh,
thank you for that, Jonah. Go ahead, continue, Fiona.
sorry. I don't really want to do this to Kel, but I think it's still a good idea, so I'm sorry, bro. She's gonna cast Fairy Fire. I'm gonna try to see if I can get you out of it, though. Because I can get all 3
Now you're a
of them.
glowfish.
If I did it this way,
There you go, Jonah.
is there any way I can avoid his ass?
Thank
Like
you.
if I move it upward, maybe? Like if I move it closer up here?
You can get everybody in the room, but you're also going to get Kel and Avran.
Can I go higher up? Maybe would
No.
that be better?
They're not
No.
It's
taller
okay.
than them.
Just
Probably not.
get Avred. Everything gets advantage on him anyway.
I'm
hit Avred.
sorry. Okay. Well, she's gonna say a quick sorry before casting it.
Oh, man, so Canadian.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Love it.
And suddenly she goes, "I'm so sorry."
Dex
And
save
cast.
from Kel and from Avran, please. And then they will make theirs. I will mark them with
Avran, you
Yes.
still
She
have
Dex.
Yeah.
my good friend Bardic Inspiration, and she's gonna use her bonus action to give my good friend Kel, who's also being affected, Bardic Inspiration.
I have a question. Does danger sense apply here, or
Yep.
is it only like traps?
It does.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You have advantage on the saving throw. Kel, you are affected.
17.
You are not affected, Avran.
Kel. Kel gets +4.
Oh, correct. So 16, and the target number was a 15, so perfection. Okay, so
Wonderful.
as the fairy fire enters into the chamber, it sweeps across the undead, and they kind of start glowing with the color chosen by Fiona. I'm assuming violet.
Ooh. Yes,
Okay.
that would be beautiful.
That's why I went with the pinkish color. And then one of them seems to not be caught by the flames of Fey magic. Kel is protected by Atavius's radiance, and it looks like Avran is too busy to be on fire, fairy or otherwise.
Which one
That's
is
the
not
case.
affected?
The one that does not have a pip.
Well, it's got to be one of these two, and I can't see the pip.
Oh, sorry, it's this one here.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You can't see
Okay.
pips?
Oh, well, just because
We
of the
don't
way
see
the
deep
lighting
enough
is,
into the
like,
room to see
Oh.
that top half of the
top
token.
half of their token is
Gotcha. All right. Cool. Fiona, you are the Dunsies. Hezrod, you are up, and I'm assuming going into that room.
Yeah. If I attack this one right next to me from here,
Yeah.
does it have cover?
No.
No. Okay. So first things first, Hezrod drops his Bitterheart spear, and pulls out his silver fishing spear as he like steps forward. And as he goes to stab it, like blackness races up the spear and latches onto this, like a shadow seems to like just latch onto this white as he casts Hex on it.
Yeah,
And then with his action, he's going to cast Booming Blade on it.
Okay. So, to be sure, you're casting Hex as a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. And then you're casting Booming Blade as your action.
Right.
Got it. Cool. Go ahead and make the Booming Blade attack.
So that's Hex. Booming Blade is just going to be, I'll just make there's the regular spear attack.
Cool. You
Has
miss.
advantage, so that's a 25.
Oh, you have advantage?
It has Fairy Fire.
Oh, that's right. You're correct. Sorry. Thank you. So that'll hit.
So that'll be, let me see, 12 plus 4, so that's 16. And then Blessed Strikes, that's another 3. And then
Just so you-
Blade, that's
Just so we're aware, the Hex damage is not increased by anything separate. Hex just adds to the damage roll. It does not add a separate instant of damage, so it's just 4 from the Hex.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm
Just
adding
making
it all
sure.
up. There's a lot of dice involved.
Sure. Total.
Yeah. So okay, let me give you the total real quick. 4, 12 plus another 4, so it's 16 total. But there's also a lot of types. There's thunder, there's
Yeah.
radiant, there's piercing,
I know.
there's
It's just for the damage.
necrotic.
None of it's silver, and the piercing damage is the only thing I'm caring about having.
It's
I've
all
got that.
silver.
Oh,
That's silver fishing spear.
then I don't care about this switch then. Like, it's all going in, baby. It's all in. It's all in. All of it works.
The thing is, Hex is necrotic damage.
Yeah, they don't care. They still take necrotic.
Okay.
No, they do have resistance to necrotic. 4 of it? Okay, so then yeah, so 2. Cool.
Sorry,
Is-
I'm trying to help you
No.
help me.
Thank you. No, yeah, I was just more concerned about the weapon, and then I remembered, yeah, you have the silver
Let
fishing
me
spear.
help you help me.
Rainbow of damage.
Hezro done.
Actually, yeah. So he just stabs it straight in the gut.
Solid.
With a shitload of stuff.
Does look like it works very well. It just doesn't look like it, kind of tipped it to the bottom half of it.
That's fine.
Soma.
Switching to my rapier and then heading over to stab that one.
Okay. You have, and you don't have advantage, but you will be able to get sneak attack.
I should have advantage because that's
Oh
fairy fire, right?
yeah. I keep forgetting that it's new paradigm. Sorry, it'll
Stop
take me
trying to take fairy fire
It's
away.
gonna take me one round to agree with it. Just bear with me, okay? Let
So
me.
sorry for everything I've
No,
caused.
no. Absolutely
First,
don't.
you try to take my sword,
Never apologize.
and then
You know what?
you take away our
I shouldn't have
advantage.
said anything about inspiration. I was nice to you, and you are now
I know.
saucing
I
me about it.
appreciate it.
Okay, so
To
that's
assume the
20
19 hits, and then, yeah, 27.
27 halved is a number. It is 13.
13
Solid.
rounded down, 14 rounded up, and then I will yell out to Avran, stand strong.
As you kind of jump in between the two merfolk and lance in with like that quick kind of pop, you hit it like right about the hip, and you watch as this kind of black ichor starts kind of flooding out of the wound as you manage to get a really decisive blow. It looks like it's now bleeding, but it's bleeding like sick, kind of rotted, fetid blood. Soma done. Malika up.
Okay. I'm going to move my hex onto this dude.
Okay.
And we're going to start pummeling it with a couple of...
Azrod, your hex is blue.
Thank you.
16 hits, 15 misses.
$12 plus... Where's my hex?
So it'd
2
be one.
necrotics up to 1, so that's 13.
Okay. The first one tags it, and the second one kind of, after it gets kind of bucked by the first shot, misses past, because you're kind of widening your berth there to not hit Avran for flavor reasons, not for mechanical ones. But yeah, solid shots. Done with your turn, or any more movement? If you want to move, you can. I'll just go ahead and skip over to Avran here. Avran, you are in the heart of the fight. And
yeah.
yeah, it looks like they all have very ornate looking silver swords, but as you look at them a second time, you notice that they are silver blades that seem to be set inside of bronze holders. So I don't know if you're familiar with like
An atlatl.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, they're basically like slotted into like the better metal is kind of being held by the cheaper metal.
Got you.
So wait, I'm sorry. Is it like the cheaper metal is so it like helps him throw them?
No. Sorry, not the this isn't chapter
No,
time.
it's like
Swords.
cutting costs
Yeah,
for making swords.
it's like
That's all it is.
the core of the sword is bronze, and then the exterior, the blade, the actual cutting
I got
part
you.
is silver.
That's actually pretty cool. Looks awesome in my head.
Yeah, and they're very ornate.
Okay. So Avran is now going to go. He's going to go into Holy Swordsman stats.
Mhm.
And he's going to start recklessly attacking.
Okay, so you watch Avran kind of push back, throw his sword back up over his shoulder, and bring in his attack. You're attacking the same one.
Yeah, same one on the bottom right
Okay,
here.
so you have advantage.
I got a nat 20.
So you don't need to reckless though. I just wanted to.
Huh?
You don't need to recklessly attack.
Shit.
Yeah, no, I already did it though. But it's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Okay.
This isn't Balro. You don't have to.
Shut up.
All right. So that hits.
We're gonna do first level Divine Smite, and
Sure.
then
Give me the damage. Okay. You bring the blade down, like setting on your shoulder, kind of like cockily, kind of like leaning in, and then bringing the blade down on his shoulder with like just a snap, and it kind of pops him back into the ground. And it actually is inspiring for you as you throw him back into his throne, because you remember being thrown on your own ass by Bafadil during training in a very similar fashion, and you're like, yeah, I got this. And then you snap around to the next one and attack.
yes. So, I mean, I guess I don't have to say reckless, but you know, yeah, reckless.
It's too late.
Trying to go full barbarian.
If you reckless at the start of the turn, it's a reckless fault.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay.
20.
Yeah.
That is, instead of it being a first level, it's going to be a second level Divine Smite.
Okay, pop it.
30,
Jesus Christ.
40 damage.
Okay. As you kind of like snap that one down and like feeling yourself and vibing, you kind of turn, put your hand up, sword up on the shoulder. You bring the blade just straight across its throat in kind of an upward swing, kind of resting the sword over your shoulder on the other side. And as everybody kind of watches you do it, it almost looks like nothing happened. And as you're kind of moving towards the third one, because you know what happened, you know that fight's over, its body falls and its head kind of tumbles to the side.
That's it. That's my turn. Actually, I'm gonna move closer. Sorry. Right there.
Perfect. You're now standing adjacent to the weird sarcophagus. Okay, cool. Avra and Dunn, Kel up.
Kel would kind of be like, what the hell? And then shoot this guy.
Okay.
And
That'll miss. Second try.
can I use inspiration?
Bardic inspiration?
No, you would have already had. Oh, actually, I think you do have a bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
haven't used it yet.
Roll
Yeah,
a
I just got
d6.
one.
Need a 4 better on the d6 roll.
Yeah. Plus, you have a
Oh.
advantage because they have fairy fire.
Oh, sorry, you need a 3 actually. So then, yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, sweet.
Oh my god. You're gonna feel so accomplished. She's done more today than she has in the past month.
So yeah, solid hit. Again, like I said before, it doesn't look like it's doing as much as you'd hope, but
Right.
it's definitely these are clean shots. Like Kel's feeling confident. It's just that for some reason they're resistant to it. Immediately in response, the creature that's kind of fighting against Avran kind of decidedly drops down and grabs a hold of his fallen comrade's sword, raises them both up in like a cross shape, and then rushes forward in a lunge attack with both. First attack, second attack, third attack.
Oh, I had a second shot
Oh, go ahead.
or a second attack. But I was gonna have Kiora fly by
Oh, okay.
attack this one,
Cool.
which
Does it do only poison damage?
no, it does a bite, but I have to reload, so I figured I'd do it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, it hits. It's going to do no damage, I believe, because it does 1 point and 1 point half to 0.
Oh, plus
And-
4.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh, that's yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
So
isn't
5,
Kiora
2.
isn't Kiora technically a magical creature?
No, not for the
Okay.
purposes
Yeah, but
of
he said
weaponry.
magic doesn't.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Also, yeah, also that. Thank you. But yeah, it bites into him, tears a part of his flesh away. It doesn't look like the white's terribly concerned. The poison doesn't
Yeah, I
do
figured.
anything.
It's more flavor attack.
This is, I think I've only thrown like big bosses and whites against you, John, and I apologize for that. But at the same time, I don't. So attack 1, attack 2, attack 3. Because I have advantage, I hit with all 3 of them. You're taking half damage on these.
Well, no, you don't.
You said you
It's
reckless.
cloak of displacement.
So I have regular. Thank you. Good point. Hit, miss. All right. So it's going to be a total of 12 damage after halving. So we take 12.
Okay. Got you.
And then this one, instead of fighting the gun lad, will attack from behind with a 2-sword life drain.
Do it.
That will crit, but you're currently immune to critical damage. Is that right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you took off the...
Yeah, I gave it to Hezron.
That's right. So then these both will hit. The crit will do after having 9 points of slashing damage, and then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw after you take 8 necrotic. Okay, that'll succeed.
Oh, okay. I was about to use the bardic.
No worries.
I don't think that includes your paladin bonus.
No, it does.
it
It,
does.
automatically does. I set it so it's like always
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah.
And then the one that's fighting with Hezrod will do the 2-handed sweep plus life drain. 20 to hit. for
Did
the
you tell me how much necrotic I took?
8. Sorry, Jonah.
Oh, okay.
Chad,
Hezrod,
yeah, so 20 to hit.
Boros Fury Shield.
Okay.
When do I take my attack of opportunity reaction for Sentinel?
Yes. Okay.
Also, I took 2 crits, right? Today.
Yes.
So that's 2 levels of armor down.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay, so what's it at after normal?
Fine, poor.
Poor. Thank you.
So let's see. Boris Fury Shield will cause it to take its sword damage. It will then hit you with its life drain attack. 22 to hit. You take 6 necrotic damage, Hezrod, and then go ahead and give me a con saving throw. As that's concluding, Fiona, go ahead with your turn.
Too far away.
attack of opportunity reaction, John?
Yeah, sorry. That was 22 to hit. Go ahead and give me the damage, and sneak attacks included. Not terribly great. Not enough to kill him, sadly.
Which one is this that he's swiping at?
Hold
This
on.
boy?
Yeah, real quick. Chad, you were going to say something. It sounded like it might have been important.
Yeah. How much necrotic? 4?
6.
6.
And,
Okay.
yeah, and I need a con save. And did you roll that already?
No, I have not.
Please give me that. And then Fiona.
Oh, I was just gonna say, knowing that these
I'm gonna
things seem
spend
to
my
be
inspiration, take that 24.
Okay, cool. Fiona, go ahead.
cool. Knowing that these things seem to be regaining, just double checking, were they all using this same sort of attack? Or
They're using swords and touch attacks. And you've fought
Okay, cool.
whites a number of times before. They life drain, so they suck your health. And if you fail a con saving throw, the necrotic damage also shoots down your maximum health. And if you-
Right.
What's great is
It's
that,
gonna attack the one with the fairy fire.
Cool.
So this one.
Yep.
Which boy? Sorry,
The one
this
up
boy.
front. Oh,
Sorry, actually no, this boy.
the one that
Does
Avran's
fairy
fighting.
fire, right?
Yeah, the one.
Oh,
that's
he
pink
does
belt.
have fairy fire, right? Okay, perfect.
This one has fairy fire, and this one has fairy fire.
Oh, I didn't notice him. Okay, but she still does this one because he's farther away and chill
Okay.
touch is a pretty long range.
26
Awesome.
It's
Sweet. So it clings to it, right?
It's resistant to the necrotic damage, so it'll take 4, but it doesn't regain any hit points if it were to regain any hit points, which
Haha. Perfect.
it doesn't.
And on that note, just double checking, it's undead, right? Or no?
It is, so it also,
Gets an extra 2.
Mhm.
Just from pure hatred.
but also,
Oh.
it has
Oh yeah, it's
disadvantage on
advantage on
attack
things
rolls.
against me. That's a nice feature. She's still gonna back up though, because she's a bit of a coward. And
makes
she
sense.
can.
Hezron.
And that's the end of her turn.
So before like Hezrod kind of came in with the spear from like with like an underhanded stab and like stabbed it in the gut, and as he pulls it out, he kind of comes back over with it, and now he's like stabbing down like into its chest.
As you're coming at it, you'll notice that this flash of a blade kind of hits it in its other hip, and it doesn't look as much blood is coming out of it anymore. Like it's really close to dead. So I'm just saying that so you don't expend resources. It's really close to having been shattered.
No, I was just gonna booming blade it again.
Okay, smash.
Yeah. So let's see here. That will be spear. That's, 22.
Yeah, you have advantage. It's dead. Hezrod, action done. Anything else? Movement?
The bonus action, he's gonna move the hex to this one. Wait, it's not pinging it, but he's gonna move the hex to that one.
I got you.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna use harness divine power to burn my other channel divinity to get a 3rd level spell slot back.
Sick. Soma.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Pop in, smash him with a attack, and then disengage to get back, or go help Avran. Your call. Couple options on the table here.
I will move to there, and then I will take a stab. Well, hold on. Let's see here.
Sorry, I moved Hezrod in. He still had movement, so he would have just stepped over it.
I figured that was the case. What do we got, Tom?
I guess. What's the blue dot on this one?
It's Hex.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, a quick note for those of you who are curious: when a cleric of Atavius casts Hex, you see a golden cross of Atavius appear, and then turn upside down and turn solid black and disappear.
Oh.
That's metal.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack the one that has fairy fire that's by Avran, and then yes, I will disengage back out of the room.
Okay. You would have disengaged to start because you moved past a
Sure.
white. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yes.
But
Alright, that hits.
16 hits, yeah. And damage. Okay. Solid blow, but again, no silver, no good deal. So it does take some damage. Avran, you see Soma kind of for a second, and then he's gone. Malika, you're up.
Can I just
Okay.
say? Can I just say that Avern is such in a battle frenzy that he just doesn't see anything but the whites?
Yeah, you definitely saw him because he lunged his blade into it.
Oh,
so,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
It's very much getting into your Q zone. Go ahead, Malika.
Avran keeps killing my hexed targets, which is good. Not complaining.
Bonus
Okay,
action
so
shift
we're
it.
gonna. Yeah, so we'll shift it to the one right north,
This one?
the one next to Avran, to
Oh.
the left of Avran.
Got it.
And pew and pew.
These are the first one's good, second one's not. Damage?
I have advantage.
No, that's right. Fairy fire. Go ahead. Both hit. Damage. Give me it all. Give me the damage. All right. So Avran, as you're kind of focused.
Hold on.
No, it's not. I'm okay without the hex. You killed it. You watch as 2 blasts fly past you, smashing into the white, throwing him backwards onto the ground, and kind of a thud.
When it falls to the ground, like Malika, you see Malika like shudder as like energies kind of float from the white into her.
Mm-hmm. There's like a sweeping kind of like weird ghostial rift that moves between her and the white, and everybody in between kind of feels this kind of that moves between the two. And yeah, get your fiendish hit points.
Gross.
Malika done? Yes.
Yeah.
Avran.
All right, so Avran's gonna activate. He's gonna reach back, activate the cannula in his back, and then he's gonna walk up to this white. And since he doesn't have fairy fire on him, he's going to reckless attack. Let me see if I have everything on. Yeah, it's gonna be Great Weapon Master.
All the things.
All the things. 24 minus 5. 19. Oh yeah. And then second attack.
16.
I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration for that second one. Finally. Okay, so that's
nice.
15.
15 misses.
Damn. Okay. Shit. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you kind of bring your blade in, smashing into it, and then you kind of sweep kind of high, and it's already kind of doubling over from the first blow, and you realize your error. It kind of like a very quick flash of the sort of sharpness kind of arcing in front of Hezrod and Cal as you kind of whip it around. Not anywhere near them, but close enough that it's kind of like they can hear it sing through the air.
That's it. That's my turn.
And if you want me to go full, Otacon dorky anime nerd, the sort of sharpness I imagine sounds like Sephiroth's sword from Advent Children. Was that the name of them?
Yeah, that's it. That's the name.
It's like,
I mean, I don't know if you really meant Otacon or if you meant like otaku.
Oh, both.
Like
Otacon was an otaku.
And,
solid.
Yeah, no. What I meant by the reference is like one of my Japanese animes. So obviously,
yeah, that
it's
specifically
a perfect reference. Kel, you're up.
I haven't heard that name in.
Reload.
Hell reloads. Yeah.
White.
And it'll have him swim Kyorls fly back.
Okay. Reload is an action, is it not?
Yes, and then movement is a bonus.
Oh, okay, that's right. So you're not making him attack. Okay.
Nope.
White will fight. It's very focused on Hezrod, so swing and swing.
Fight me.
As Avran's presence kind of lingers behind him, the white seems to kind of look over his shoulder like hesitantly, and it's almost like there's terror in the creature as he swings at you with the sword. You very quickly just bat it away with your spear, and then as the hand comes in, you kind of grab his wrist, Hezrod, and kind of just fling it back in his face, like return to sender. Get that out of my face, bro. Fiona, you're up.
She will turn her attention to the hexed guy and try to use her chill touch again, since she knows again what they're capable of. Ooh. Yay! Dealing like the worst damage ever. 6 necrotic.
A lot of things going on there. Hezrod, you are up.
Hezrod's gonna move here to sort of kind of like hedge him in. And then he, as he like moves over there, he stabs him in the back with the spear, and it's gonna be Booming Blade again. So first off, the spear. That's an 11. Boo. And actually, I accidentally used 2 bonus actions last turn, so split those up between this turn and that turn.
Good job,
Bonus
cheater.
actions would have been one of the bonus actions would have been moving the hex. The other bonus action would have been harness divine power.
Got it. So harness divine power happens now since you haven't used any third level spells since then. That's fine.
Yeah. So he
Soma.
moves over there, stabs him.
Yeah, it wasn't advantageous cheating, so it's fine. Thank you for catching yourself. Soma, you're up.
All right, I will step in and take a stab again.
Absolutely. Damage. All right. As it looks to Hezrod and is kind of also focusing on Avran, it kind of does this quick turn, but this opens up its back to you. You come in behind it and just stab it like back through the neck. It hangs on your blade and you can feel its weight on it, but you let the blade drop and pull up, relinquishing it from its body. It drops to the ground, black blood kind of draining out onto the ground. Creature defeated. All right, that ends that specific conflict. In the kind of moments as you're breathing, I'm just going to go from who I think is kind of like observant outwards and move into the group. Fiona, in the moments afterwards, just kind of looking at the scenario, what do you do immediately after?
Immediately see if she can salvage a mask.
Okay. All the masks appear to be in good condition, even the one that had the head blown off.
Oh, awesome. She won't grab that one. She'll grab the cleanest one for herself before giving
All
them
for
to
Cal.
everyone else. Yeah, exactly. She'll probably give the grossest one to like Ezrod because she know he won't care.
More than fair. Yeah, if you're looking,
Literally doesn't even notice.
if you're looking around, Fiona, and you're securing the mask, that was intent. That's fine. That worked for me. And then it looked like Malika was kind of on the outskirts. What would you have done immediately after the fight?
Hop into the inskirts and grab a mask.
Okay. Yeah, Fiona's gathering them up, and everyone's kind of collecting. Malika's helping. Great. Moving on. So I would say actually Hezrod and Avran, you two are kind of looking at the scenario at the same time as Kel and Soma. All of you are kind of just right there in the middle. What are you doing immediately after the fight? Starting with rolls a d4. Chad.
Cool. So, in order, Hezrod puts away his fishing spear, reclaims the Bitterheart spear, and then starts collecting the weapons from the whites because he noticed at least some of them were silvered.
Yep, all the swords are silvered long swords, 6 of them. Cool.
Cool. He starts handing them out. Like, everybody gets a silvered longsword. Everybody.
So,
Fiona
Sweet.
would not take it, unfortunately. She doesn't.
I'll take Fiona's.
He
'Cause
insists.
It's not a verse weapon though, right? Like she'd have to use strength.
it's a weapon you can't use because you're not proficient with it.
Yeah, she just kind of shrugs. I appreciate the effort, but I would be less than helpful using this.
This bard gets
Well,
proficiency with longsword.
That is fair.
Do they?
That's right. I can
I'm
take
checking. I mean, I don't remember because I don't know.
You had Corso has used a martial weapon that he was not proficient with.
Yeah, it's just not great.
Okay, that's
I'm
fair.
also wondering if she can use it
Oh.
dex based.
No, yeah, you're proficient with longswords, and no, it's not a dex-based weapon ever.
There you go.
Oh,
and-
but if it's not dex though, like she's not. I'm just trying to say she's not strong. This is not her thing.
that's fine. But if you're proficient in it, it's better than nothing. The thing is, we
Okay.
keep running into whites, and having silvered weapons is going to make
Cool.
fighting them a hell of a lot easier.
Simplified,
Cool.
easy enough. Moving it on. So then, Avran, you were the next on my docket.
Okay. Avran will just take a mask and put it on, I guess.
Okay, doing that. Tom, you were the next on my docket.
Also,
Alright.
does the cannula continue to work?
Yeah, it'll heal you a total of 10 points during this
Okay.
duration.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I will look around the sarcophagus. I'm not going to open it, but I will look and see if there's any hidden mechanisms, traps, etc., etc.
Everyone's kind of moving around, grabbing masks, grabbing other items, recollecting themselves. While Soma just kind of like probably crosses his arms across his chest, puts his hands up on his chin, kind of looking at the sarcophagus notingly.
And then there's a deal
You would
in the back.
notice that there is iconography on it that appears to show a number of the same masks that are kind of on the whites, almost like a circling around kind of a center point. And the center point in question is the mark of House Montoulay. You would also notice the sarcophagus appears to have latches, and the latches also have the icons of the masks, like just 6 of them kind of next to each other on each of these little bronze
6
latches.
latches even? No, just 6 masks on each latch.
Yeah, there's 4. There's probably like 2 latches actually, so you can just pop it and lift it. But it definitely looks like it's a locked situation. And how it's opened, it doesn't look like there's any keyholes or anything that you can notice. But if you pull out your tools, you might want to, you could give it a try. But it definitely looks like there's some sort of magical lock on it. Okay. Everybody's kind of tossed to the room in their own regards, looking to the room and kind of denoting it as such. I'd like you to discuss in character what you see and what you're doing, not just jumping straight to, I rush out the room and run down this hallway, jump off of a railing and into a darkness below. Just kind of work together and discuss the room. And
That's
So
exactly
what are-
what Avran does.
Yeah, he really does. What are the
Wait, did you
stars?
forget Cal?
oh, I did forget Cal. Sorry, I was used to
Let's
Tom
go what
going.
happened.
I was used to Tom going last in all of these, like the 1x1s, and Tom went 2nd to last. So my brain didn't work right. I apologize, John. Also, John is me, and I
Okay.
am him. So
You hate Cal.
That's
Got
true.
it.
We are.
we are the same man. What would
We're
you
the
like to do in the room, Cal?
There wasn't much, so I wasn't too bad about it. So I maybe would have inspected the sarcophagus with Soma.
Yeah, you kind of see what he's kind of coming to. The same situation here. Some weird magical lock, and it has markings of these masks on it. There's also the bronze disc, the thrones. The white's dead bodies are pretty much tossed. There's nothing else on them of note. The robes are very similar to the robes that were worn in the barrow, but they are all of a red color, which doesn't track with the logic of the barrow's color scheme, so it's not important. More notating it
Malika would
Go
also kind of like to look around and see if there's anything of religious significance
the
in the
bronze
space that
disc.
hasn't been mentioned.
The bronze disc might be.
Bronze discs are cool.
It's a big bronze disc.
Can I roll?
No rolls are needed here on knowledge or anything. It looks like it might be for religious significance. It doesn't look like it is something you would know about. Again, nobody knows about the Montoulay religion. And if you would like to study the disc, you can. Is that an affirmation of study? Okay. So as you're looking at it, you notice that it is looking back at you. The bronze pupils engraved on the bronze disc appear to be looking at you. Did you put on a mask? Sorry, I don't remember if you did.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, they're not looking at you, Malika. They're looking at whoever's still in the room not wearing a mask.
Probably be me, since I was looking at the sarcophagus first.
More than fair.
Fiona would kind of join Malika at this point because she's also intrigued by this disc after she secures her mask. And seeing that they're kind of like blinking around, she's just gonna quietly like attempt to reach into its mind if there's anything in there and just say, "Hello, are you there?"
Yeah, you're talking to a wall.
Yeah.
Like
Fiona's
literally.
like, eyes. They're like my cousins.
Exactly. She's like, "Hello, Grandpa?"
Let's be friends.
Exactly.
Malika will kind of like tap one of the eyeballs with her finger.
Okay. It doesn't seem to be affected by it. It's more like a video of an eye on a TV screen, except it's etched bronze and it seems to be moving.
Fiona, this is rather odd. It seems to be looking out that way. Selma, put your mask on.
All right, I'll grab the remaining mask and put it on at that point.
They just go inert. They're not staring at anything. Almost as if they're just looking straight at the glass broken door.
What
There.
else So it's a circle with a bunch of eyes on it?
It is
Like
a-
what other
It is a big disc of bronze, and all etched on it are eyes. And then when there was people not wearing masks, the eyes were tracking those people as they moved in the room, as if they were watching them.
Okay.
There
Um,
are also 6 masks engraved in various spots on the sarcophagus if we want to try to figure out a way to open it.
Do they
Is it
fit
not-
into the sarcophagus?
Yeah, Fiona looks over.
Um,
Is it locked, do you think? Maybe that's the part of the puzzle where they said it was locked from the inside, or it only key
that-
turned.
Hezrod has his mask on. He walks over and he starts trying to lift the sarcophagus, and he says,
The clasps,
"Don your masks and help me."
the clasps that you're not near as you try to lift it from the wrong end, unshackle the second you touch it while wearing a mask.
Oh,
So I'm like the opposite ones from me.
There's only 2, and then
Oh.
on the other side you'd have the.
Like the hinges.
That's the word I wanted. Thank you so much, Cijo. It
Avran
was
will
literally right on the tip of my brain. But yeah,
Avran
so
will help. He'll
if you
help.
kind of see that happen and maneuver around, opening the sarcophagus is not a massive issue at that point. Inside of the sarcophagus are bones. It looks like it's some sort of animal creature, but also humanoid. It definitely doesn't look like a creature that you're aware of.
Okay, I was gonna ask if I could try to identify the remains.
Anybody who
Well, it has a Montelay crest on it.
anybody who has like nature is sure this is not a creature you've ever seen in your life. It definitely looks like some sort of hybrid between an animal, to which animal you're not sure.
Okay, so
is there a
does it
roll?
look
that
like
we
a
can-
hybrid, or does it look like the bones of two different creatures?
It looks like a hybrid. It looks like they're all the same creature.
Okay.
But yeah, the thing you'll note that's of import here, though, and Soma would probably be the first one to catch it sight line wise, is that on the finger, the ring finger of the left hand of this entity, this creature's corpse, is a ring. It appears to be silver, and it also appears to be bronze, not too dissimilar in styling from the swords that were used against you just moments ago.
And does the ring have any sort of, I guess, significance or identifying markers?
Avran will pick up the ring.
Okay. Okay.
He
Pick-
won't take it, like pocket it. He'll pick it up and have it in his palm.
Absolutely fine. You pick up the ring. The second you are holding the ring, make a charisma saving throw.
Man,
Good
I was
candidate, I
actually
guess.
just about to say that as he's holding it, but this will be after this happens, obviously. Fiona would try to mage hand pick it up and see if she even can pick it up with her mage hand or if there's some sort of block on it.
You feel
26.
an entity try to enter your body. With that charisma saving throw, you can allow it or force it away.
Does it seem malignant?
You don't know. I'm not answering that question because you're not sure. It's definitely attempting to seize your body, so it would seem.
Oh, seize me.
Just
So
let it.
no. Fuck that
Just let
shit.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You immediately relinquish the ring. It drops back into the sarcophagus.
Mm.
Avran's gonna tell everyone what the fuck just happened. There's an entity in that ring. And it
You
Fiona
loves
tries
the
to
body.
pick it up again with her mage hand this time.
I will note too, Avran, when you picked it up, you did see it in its more kind of like almost silhouette-like form. You didn't see the full entity, but the best way I can kind of describe what it kind of looked like would be a man mixed with a boar mixed with a like massive bear,
And bear pig?
a man bear pig.
God damn it, John.
I didn't.
man, bear, pig, module.
I didn't want you to see it that way, but like I guess pop culture references from the 2000s are gonna just creep up on me decades later. It's fine, I guess, whatever. But yeah, you did see a
I'm not
weird.
the one that made it a man bear pig. I don't know what you want from me.
It was me. I did do it. All right. It's the ring is back in the sarcophagus.
I believe Fiona was going to try to pick it up with mage hand.
Cool. You have the ring in your mage hand.
She puts it in her bag, careful not to actually touch it with her fingers or body.
It's in your bag.
Cool. She just turns to the rest of them. I don't know exactly what its purpose is, but I think maybe having it with us is a good idea.
Fiona has so many rings. She's gonna need a ring.
I was gonna say
Oh.
this is the third ring from Montalay that she has now.
All I know
John,
is
while that was
something-
going on, could we have identified anything on the ring as far as markings while it was being
Just
fondled?
it didn't have any iconography or any notations on it. It was
Okay,
just a
so not clearly a Montalay ring or anything
Yeah.
like that. Just Montalay on the sarcophagus.
It was silver and bronze.
Malika
Go ahead.
will like rip off like a little piece of her dress and like find some twine in her bag. Fiona, let's wrap it up before you stick it in your bag like that. I don't want you accidentally touching it and getting possessed.
She nods and then takes the using mage hand again, retrieves it, and then does like a using her other mage hand now does an awkward little like try to put it inside of the wrapping.
A real 100 hands.
Yeah, exactly. It's a moment. And then she puts it back in the bag along with her other 2 rings. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Is there anything else inside on his body, like any clothing or
Nope.
personal effects? No. Cool. She actually wants to go and examine the thrones. She's like, does anyone else find it odd that they were all sitting? Maybe. I don't
make
know.
an You can make an investigation roll,
Cool.
and you'll act as representative. So if anybody asks to meet
Can I
you,
assist?
you can assist.
Now, I
Okay,
make
good.
I mean, with guidance. I mean,
Oh, guidance is fine.
roll your
Ugh.
guidance die.
Hilarious change of name, by the way.
What
Yeah,
do you
there you
want?
go.
Thank you. D4.
It won't change anything. They're chairs.
Got you. She kind of like tilts her head to the side. I think they might just be chairs, but I don't know. There are 6 of them, if that is of any import. And that other thing back there, she kind of gestures back toward the other statue. When you stuck your hand in it, there was something. I don't know. Soma, do you feel like there are any hidden traps in here?
There weren't any on the sarcophagus, and I would assume if there were traps in this room, it would have been there, but I'll scan around the room.
So yeah.
Hezrod goes.
Hold on, real quick. You scan the room. There's nothing else extra. I did state that Fiona was acting as operator for the thrones, and we've already investigated everything
Yeah.
else. So the room's basically been picked clear.
Right. Hezrod was going to go sit on one of the thrones too.
Okay.
But he picks up a white's head as he does so, and as he sits on the throne, it's actually like he looks very regal and elegant as he's sitting there, and he like crosses his leg, and he's like holding skull, like looking at it.
One thing we haven't mentioned much, but I do want to kind of put to light here a very interesting point of fact. Merfolk don't typically sit in high back chairs because it just annoys the crap out of them having something touching their head tail all the time. So as you're sitting in this throne, yeah, you're trying to look all regal, and you do manage, but there's always just this kind of, you're kind of leaning forward a little bit, kind of leaning forward a bit. You're muted. Drape it over your shoulder. Got it. Yeah, you look great.
Like pull it forward, so it's like
Yeah, it's also not comfortable, but yeah, I mean.
fair.
It's making my like phantom
Gray
head
hair.
tail feel weird.
Well, I think we've picked this room clean. Should we go see if these masks actually do anything with that statue?
Don't everybody else
Yeah.
answer at once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, now nobody has an opinion. All right.
Avran is
I
going
do
to
agree. I
go.
agree. Let's see if it works.
He's bringing the fairy fire with him, huh?
We're all running
no,
around and
that's-
do crazy shit up until
That's my aura.
a good suggestion.
Avran will
she's
not
kind of
have the
walking
sword
though,
of
she'll-
sharpness out.
Okay.
As she's gonna walk in there, she'll kind of turn to Soma. I really enjoyed the spell I just used, but I can only use it one more time. So next time maybe we can try a more stealthy
hold on.
approach. I have a few of
Yeah,
those.
stop moving. Stop moving.
Yeah, great idea. Yeah.
She smiles and then just says
Uh,
under her breath, I can make you invisible since I know you're very stealthy. I can do a few other things too, so get ready for me to maybe
that in
say
mind.
something in your head. And then she just keeps walking.
So, Avran.
So Malika has
Oh, go ahead.
Malika has a couple of worthless daggers. She would kind of take off her pack and kind of like pat herself down for anything metal she's got kind of set it all in her pack, and then move into this space and see if her worthless daggers get sucked into the statue.
Are you wearing a mask?
Yes.
Nothing happens.
All right, cool.
Oh.
She grabs her
Y'all
shit.
welcome.
In
to
Soma's head, you hear directly in your brain, I really want to tell them I told you so, but I don't want to look like an asshole, so I won't.
Good thing we had a plan, I'll say out loud.
To the north.
Kel will look back. Eh,
What? To
what'd you say?
To the north, you see and hear what appears to be a burbling kind of fountain. It looks like the water is very, very crisp looking, like it's very, very clean. And the fountain itself, on the base of it, has moss similar to the front chambers, kind of just growing at the base of it. The actual fountainhead appears to be 3 marble maidens, each standing with a pitcher that they're pouring into the water. It appears to be working through either some sort of spring or perhaps some sort of mechanism that is not seen. But yeah, it definitely, the water looks extremely clear, crisp, clean, and this is even true for the merfolk. Like, this is probably the clearest looking water you've ever seen in your life.
Is there anything at the end of the southern hallway? It looks like it's just a dead end. Is that...
You would actually see what appears to be a small mechanism, about waist height. It's like a lever.
Okay.
Okay.
Does there appear to be anything like, I don't know, pushable?
Nope.
Okay.
There is this sweet mechanism down here that I can investigate.
Are you back in earshot, Chad? Oh, guess not.
Is there anything going on in this rust?
No, that was all the metal weapons that got sucked to the statue and then destroyed.
I figured.
I will move to the south to investigate the mechanism. I'm not going to press it, but I'm going to look to see if it's obviously trapped or if I can make any heads or tails as to what it might relate to.
The mechanism?
Yeah, on the southern side.
It's a lever. It doesn't look like it goes to anything. It just looks like a lever. Doesn't appear to be any traps around you or anywhere nearby. If you want to make an investigation, roll real quick.
Pull the lever, Soma.
Yeah. So you would
Hey,
notice
that's my line.
that if anything, it's going to activate something. And based on the very limited nature of it, whatever it's going to activate is going to be involved with the wall you're looking at.
I think this may open up a door over here. Is there anything up there by the fountain?
As you're kind of walking back, make a perception roll.
Ooh.
So you kind of are saying that, but your eye keeps on drifting to the right, and right about where you're standing on that same wall, there's like a small bit of brick or the walls are kind of like just solid stone, but there looks like there's a bit of a carve out that's about the same size as that lever.
That look like a stone can be removed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you kind of, if you do so, you kind of pop it out, and sure enough, there's another lever, just like the lever back there. There are 2 levers. One was hidden, one was not.
I will keep that in mind and go up to look at the fountain situation up there too.
Cool, it's just burbling water.
Hmm.
Definitely has an air of magic to it, for those of you who are familiar with magic.
Interesting.
You said there was gems in the eyes of the statue?
No, I said the eyes glowed
Oh.
green.
Kel immediately loses interest.
I think Fiona kind of just turns over to Soma. So, did you have an idea if this area can be accessed, or or not, because perhaps this is the moment where I turn on my X-ray vision.
Real quick, to just backtrack to John, there was something else I wanted to mention that is kind of important. The shield thing on its head, the diamond pattern Ashtar symbol, looks like it's not affected by the rustiness. It is an iron shield that's sitting on its forehead. If you want, you can pull that off of it.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, cool. It definitely has a handle on the back end like it's a shield. It's like a very simple kind of small shield.
Neat. It kind of holds on to it, just like, hey guys, look what I found.
All
I
right.
think that might be a good idea, Fiona.
Hey, look at this.
You cast the see-through stuff, it looks like there is a straight pipe that's going straight into the three maidens and causing the water to shoot out. There's no weirdnesses here. Go ahead,
Great.
Chad.
She then turns back
You're
this
muted
way.
if you're trying
and
to talk
looks
at me,
over
Chad.
Here. She actually just calls over her shoulder. All right, this only works for a few minutes, so I'm going to do this as fast as possible. And
I don't-
walks over here.
Sure.
I don't want to just be freely moving around the dungeon, so if you could just move me to where everybody else is.
Yeah, absolutely. Fiona, the south wall, as you look through it, looks like on the other side there's a throne. Like the back of the throne. Back of a throne. There's the back of a throne. And
You said
then...
there was a fountain.
Yeah,
there's
so
a
the north.
fountain. And has anybody currently drank out of it?
Nobody.
Hezrod will.
This looks like it leads into a hallway that has a staircase that descends down. Hezrod, go ahead and roll a d4.
Staircase that goes down. Interesting. And you said that there's just 3 lead pipes. Okay.
I got it.
She will
Alright.
also look, but she'll try to look behind this statue. Is there anything behind this or no?
No. Hezron, as you drink the water, you kind of like, it's very refreshing. Tastes great. And as you kind of turn to tell everybody about it, you start moving your mouth, and no sound emits from your vocal cords. You have lost the ability to speak.
Interesting.
Forever?
Not noticing.
Which means you
Oh, no.
cannot cast spells with verbal components.
I'll look at him and be like, you're not
He starts beating his chest.
you're not saying
Um,
anything there, fella.
Then he's gonna drink more water,
Okay, roll a d4.
and then okay, and then if that doesn't accomplish anything, I have another. Yeah.
Okay.
Kel's gonna look at him concerned.
See, I don't know if this one's just weird. It's a part of the module. I think I'm going to change it. No, I actually
It's
I'm
fine.
going to keep it. So
What I'm
Hezrod,
curious about is if this will override the other effect.
as you drink this amount of water, basically imbibing it a lot more, transmutation magic takes hold of you. After a fashion, those of you who are close to Hezrod watch as Hezrod's gender is changed to the opposite of his current gender.
Ooh.
He's a fish woman now.
Interesting. Are these permanent effects?
I don't know.
Okay, that's what he's. That's
Do
what
you-
he's trying to find. Now, as he changes gender, can he speak now?
No.
Okay.
You literally turn yourself into the Little Mermaid.
That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Now, like just completely like because well he or I guess she was wearing half plate.
Well, nothing
So-
changes physically. Like the only thing that changes is your gender identity.
Okay.
Wait, so there's no like. Wait, do merfolk
Oh,
women not have titty?
I guess it would be. So it's. See, this is why it's so weird. It's sex, so it's actual like biological sex changes. Yeah,
So there's titty.
they're titty.
Under the sea.
Hezrod's not
Oh,
happy about this.
not
Malika's
really.
like,
Still got 2 more effects to figure out.
Hezrod pushes everybody out of the room. Pushes everybody like physically, like starts like grabbing people and shoving them towards the door.
what? Hezrod, what are you doing?
And the whole time Hezrod is like
Oh,
John,
very
what was
angry.
this?
and then stands right there and casts shatter on the fountain.
Oh.
Okay.
While that's happening, can Fiona
Oh.
be dashing down the hall trying to see if there's any other hidden crannies or things?
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing. But Hezrod, does Shatter have a verbal component?
Oh fuck, it does.
You can't cast Shatter.
can Kiora drink from it?
Do you want to have the snake drink the
Yeah.
water? Roll a d4.
Oh man, a very special episode of What Remains.
We'll try to get a 4. See what happens. Damn it. Okay.
Avron would like to pull.
What sex?
another-
What sex?
It's a girl snake now.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh no. Nothing changes.
Does anyone does anyone have dispel magic or any kind of weird shit like that?
Ezra
Oh wait,
does.
I have
I don't.
counterspell.
A little late for
Counterspell
that.
wouldn't work.
No, counterspell doesn't do that.
Yeah, it'd probably either be like dispel magic, remove curse, maybe lesser restoration.
Oh, I
Possibly,
could try a
like-
lesser.
No.
Who are you gonna cast
Fiona,
Lesser
do you have
Restoration on?
Arcana train?
Sorry, who are you going to cast Lesser Restoration on, Avrin?
I could try to do it on Hezrod.
Do you want to go for it?
Hezrod's
Yeah,
good.
why not?
Okay, cool. You retain the swap of sex, but you now have the ability to speak again once Lesser Restoration has been cast on you, Hazard.
Yeah, Hezrod's literally like, don't do it. Whoa, okay.
Thank you for doing it, I mean.
And then immediately turns around and casts Shatter on the fountain.
Sure. You watch as the spell detonates inside of it, causing like the fountain to break away. The water strangely does not move away from where it's positioned, as if there was an invisible bowl around it. And then you watch as all the panels reform back around in their current or their original position.
Fuck.
Can Avron hit some levers on the south
Hold on.
side?
Not yet.
Hold on.
It's being blocked here.
What the? Okay. I mean, I guess at this point it's been around a minute, so Fiona returns and says, "All right, this is the only sort of hidden area I found." Not noticing anything until she turns and sees that there's now a woman fish.
I was
She's
gonna-
like, "Oh, wow."
I was going to say for you, when you kind of move through the hallway, there's nothing there. But you do hear the sound of water beneath you. So it's obviously a bit further than your sight allows.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And I guess I'm curious about this. Since she can see through walls, if she looks down, could she see anything, or is that different?
No, it's the same. I'm just saying that it's not directly underneath you because you have a 30-foot distance on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever you're hearing, this water sound, it appears to be deeper than your eyesight can see through the stone.
She'll point to the spot in the wall where she knows that there's a staircase and just says to Soma, "I think this is our best bet."
Let's open the south one first in case that goes back to the throne room, just in case we need a escape route.
Oh. So I mentioned this earlier, but I'm not sure if you saw it. But considering that we've like triggered multiple alarm spells, our main concern with opening that grate was that it would create a lot of noise and people would hear us, correct?
Do you really want to go down into the water that's probably feeding into the fountain that just ruined your life?
I mean, I would hardly consider being turned into a woman and ruining my life.
Well, I mean, you couldn't speak. I guess you can now.
Yes.
I feel like the key that they're talking about could also be that like the grate opens from the inside. So like there could be a way that as we're escaping, we can easily unlock it.
It ruined your clerical life because you couldn't cast spells. That was the part. Anyway, so you pull the lever on the south side.
Yes.
It opens the door. It has enough space to move behind the throne room, but it appears that this moves into the sarcophagus chamber.
Then I will now open the one that leads to the staircase.
One quick note. As you see the mechanism from the back end, you realize as you're kind of thinking about it, the one directly across from you had a similar setup, but how you would activate it, you don't know. If you'd like to try Thieves' Tools, you can attempt to open the
So
southern
you're
door.
saying the one,
The one directly across from you has a similar setup to the
Okay.
one that you're at, throne-wise.
the stones. Okay.
Yeah. If you'd like to try, you can make a Thieves' Tools intelligence check. If you're successful, you can activate the mechanism from the opposite side.
Fiona, can you still see?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Can you
Oh.
go look and see what's on the other side down there by that throne?
Sure. She would say. And as she's leaving, she'll say, "Good luck trying to open that, whatever it is," and gives you her final inspiration.
I will say, just to make it simple on my own life, you look through and you can just see on the opposite side. The door's not open, but it looks like there's a staircase that descends down to a pool of scummy water, and it looks like it's where the flow is coming from the grates even further up still to where the other stuff was, and so on and so forth.
Okay, she would relay this information to everyone. Noticing that's like a really
Starts-
scummy type of water, she would kind of like turn back. I don't really think that they occupy that area much, but I think it would lead back to that grate.
Starts scummy and turns into pristine magical water at some point. Okay.
Exactly. I believe that it could be behind these doors, perhaps.
All right. I will open the one in this hallway.
Okay. It opens down to a staircase that goes down. Yeah. Bam.
Avran, I believe this is your specialty.
Go ahead and form a marching order in that hallway. Go all the way down to as far as you can go, Avran, and then fill in behind him everyone else.
God damn it, Jijo.
What did Chijo
Dad,
do?
do you want to go second, or do you want to be further back?
Fiona, she's got really good eyesight, but she'll be behind.
Fall into the staircase, just in the marching order that you're going.
Oh, okay. I think she'll be behind Soma, but so like third, I guess.
Hezrod would be second.
Yeah, Hezron will be right behind Avran.
And then Kel, and then Malika at the back. Not fair.
If anybody looks at Hezrod, the first thing they say is, "Stop it!"
I'm not looking.
Great.
Where's Kel? He's not here. Kiora's here.
Kel's like checking Hezrod out, and Hezrod's like, "Fuck off."
Where's Kel? There he is. Okay.
Perfect. Also, Fiona will kind of like say into Hezrod's mind, if that ever happens again, please just tap your temple as a signal for me to speak to you directly. I can do that, you know.
You make your way down the staircase. You definitely hear the sounds of what sounds like kind of metal on metal pounding, and also kind of like just tool work. As you come out into the space, you see what appears to be kind of like a dwarven workshop. But instead of dwarves, you see the strange wing-eared creatures that are very much dwarvish in frame, but very much twisted, and maladies of their old dwarven selves. They appear to be very much busy, doing work. To the north of you, there appears to be a set of knight's armor. It looks like there is remnants of a corpse inside. Metalworking tools and the like all about. But to the far south, you see a door. And it looks like it's pretty typical door fare.
They don't seem to activate or scream at us.
No, they look like they're busy.
Okay.
So yeah, Suna Knight's armor up on a dais to the north there. Metalworking happening on the weird dwarf side on these very just neat little workshop. And then there's a door to the south.
Avran's gonna head to the door to the south. Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna head to the door in the south.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you open it?
Yes.
All right. Immediately, you see what appears to be a spiral staircase that descends down, and a very bright, ever-burning torch kind of set in a sconce directly in front of you. It looks like the space in question also has two pathways, one that leads left and one that leads right, away from the spiral nature of the staircase, which descends down.
Okay.
To the
So
right,
right here.
to the right, you can see a door. To the left, it looks like a dead end. Staircase down.
What type of armor was on the stand back there?
Full
Sorry.
plate.
Okay. I'm definitely not interested in that.
Looking at it, it looks like the nature of the full plate armor is it is mixed metals. Looks like it is iron, steel, adamantine, and orichalcum.
Probably come back for that.
I mean, the orichalcum bits are probably worth a shitload of money.
Mhm.
The adamantine bits are probably not cheap either.
Going
But
to
I'm
guess that
also-
touching it will get
Yes.
all of these things.
I mean, there's a good, solid way to find out.
Fiona,
If you want Hezrod to blast it.
the thing that's most interesting for you is it looks like some of the metals that they are manipulating with their tools appears to be greenish in color.
Oh, she tries to hold back her excitement, but she's like closely observing them now. She actually says it to Soma's head. Do
Okay.
you see what I'm seeing? I think this is orichalcum.
Do you have smithing tools as a proficiency?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
So I will let you know, whatever they're doing is basically just, it might as well be magic. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to know the differences between what they're doing and what normally happens with metal, so you don't actually know what the secrets are.
Yeah.
It's very
There's no
much,
secret.
it's very much just like, oh, they're doing something good here, but I don't know how it's happening.
But she recognizes that it's orichalcum, though, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the greenish metal known as orichalcum.
Yeah. And then she says again in his head, I have no idea how it's happening, but this proves that there are people who exist who know how to wield it, right?
So none of these
People.
beings are like currently hostile or trying to attack us?
They're very much not ever paying attention to you, not even once.
Okay.
The only times that they actually look at you is if you stand in their way as they're moving from like shelf space to shelf space.
Yeah. Hezrod says, Fiona, you should try speaking to them. Perhaps,
He kind of thinks about that for a second. I just don't know if that would blow our cover or not. Right now, they seem very indifferent. But as she says that, she's sort of like looking around the area. Are they all doing this sort of
They're doing
strange?
work. They're all doing work.
All of them. Got you.
They're like Santa's
On the
little
table,
helpers.
what are these things? Are
Bits
there
of
any
metal,
like little...
iron, orichalcum, steel, adamantine, just different pieces of metal.
In no place are there any drawers or like papers or anything she's seeing.
There's no papers. It's all just metal work.
Okay. Feeling a little brave, she'll try to take a step back so they can't like swing at her exactly. But she'll say into the mind of this one, who ordered you to craft that?
The reply is immediate before you even finish your sentence. And all it is the sound of screaming. Horrified, terrified screaming. Immediately sever the link or whatever. It doesn't seem to do anything besides cause the dwarf to stop for a second, tilt its head to the side, confused, and then after about like 10 seconds, continue performing its task.
There is a lot of money in here.
It's just like,
are there any like
True.
imagine stock screams, like it's a lot of those, just like from one voice. Ah! Wilhelm, etc.
yeah, Wilhelm screams like all players.
It's just
First thing I pictured.
screaming. But yeah,
Are their
any, like,
faces like passive?
they have masks on.
Are there any
You will-
books, papers?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, chat.
schematics?
There's no papers. It's already been
You
asked.
know, no papers or anything like that.
Please
Yeah.
take
It's
notes.
literally just
Yeah.
the smith shop.
Yeah.
Fiona will try to remove one of the masks that they're wearing.
Why? Why?
You're gonna reach out and touch the creature.
No, it's fine. Let's do it.
Is that right?
What's your...
Why?
Are you
Ready's gone.
Like Fiona went
gun?
from like, oh, I'm really cautious, I'm a coward, to like,
Give me that
you know what,
mask.
fuck this. Avran level, like, carelessness, don't give a fuck, snatching masks.
Are you doing
I
so
love it.
defensive?
I'm all for
Are you doing so
character
defensively?
development.
Yeah,
The
she would be
second
trying
your
to
hand
dodge.
gets within like an inch or so, it immediately kind of pulls its hammer back like it's going to swing on you, and you kind of back away responsively, and then it continues back to its work. But it definitely looks like it's going to try and strike you if you try and touch it.
It's literally like, try me, bitch. Try me.
Out loud, she just says rather solemnly, "This isn't fair. They're all in terrible pain and screaming. On our way out, I want to do something about this."
Should we? Yeah, we should probably do it after we've ordered the rest of the place.
She nods solemnly. "Unfortunately, I agree, but I just don't want to leave them suffering like this." She
John,
says
and
the
I'm sorry,
area.
you may have mentioned this already, but they're like like the same or similar to the dwarf that we like blew
Yeah,
up.
basically identical.
Alright.
Alright.
Hezrod looks at Fiona and is like,
Fiona doesn't care. He's like,
She says into your mind, "Is there something you want, Hezrod?"
Give them your statue.
She kind of pales. I don't know if I trust them with that, but it might be a way to. She kind of pauses and thinks about that again. If they were this upset about me reaching for their mask, I just don't know what other things will trigger them. So perhaps I'll do that on the way out.
Avran looking.
On the table. Let them dismantle it and take what is inside.
Just nods. She just shakes her head. I don't know that they'll do that, though. I don't know that it will work that way. They might freak out.
This is
Just kill them.
Or they won't, because
yes.
Avran looking down the stairwell. It looks like there's going to be at least one, maybe two more winds down, so you can't really see much of anything down the steps. You know it goes
What
down.
about
The far
about
corner
over-
you actually recognize because you were kind of close to Soma when he pulled the panel off of the false wall door. It looks like there is a similar panel on that wall that can be removed and then turned into lever action. And then the door on the opposite side looks like it's made out of dark wood, and it looks like it's very sturdy with a very normal door mechanism.
is there also one of those levers like on the sides
It's
of the like on the walls?
Over
or
here,
No?
yeah.
No, I'm saying like the staircase that led us this way. Like it had like a side panel thingy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's got like a panel
Oh,
that
okay,
opens
okay,
to a
okay.
lever. Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll take that panel.
Okay, and then you're gonna pull the lever.
Yeah.
so you said what the materials the armor was made out of were, but did you say what kind of armor it was? Was it
Full plate.
Orichalcum and adamantium.
adamantium, iron, and steel.
I mean, as far
There's a
as
couple.
loot goes-
There's like 4.
Yeah, as far as loot goes, we can say that for later. But currently, no
There's
one.
also a body in it.
Yeah, currently no one's interested in using plate armor. Hezrod certainly can. So.
Is this one of those
Behind the
water wall-
door, you see a water-filled well. Looks like it's a carved stone font. The water is perfectly still. It's very just clear, just like the last one, but it's not moving.
I mean, if you want somebody to drink out of it, Hezrod's probably the best option.
It's okay. We'll avoid drinking out of the water. Avern
Do you
Whoa.
look?
Should be
What do
anti.
you-
Or
Sorry.
Kiora.
Sorry, what are you doing, Avram?
Avern will back out of the room, not touching the water,
Okay.
as to like because he knew
Before-
what happened.
Before Hezrod leaves, she's going to grab his arm and say quietly, Hezrod, I need you to observe what they're doing as they mold the Orichalcum as much as you can, and I need you to save it because I know that you can make things into thought strands. Perhaps when we return, we can send that thought to a skilled person who knows how to craft things, and they can explain it to us. Does that sound okay for you?
If I do this for you, in exchange, you will,
Hezrod kind of thinks for a
While
moment.
you're thinking, hold on a
like,
second.
Figure out what to say, and then kind of gestures at himself and says,
return me to normal.
That said, Kel, you said you were doing something with the pool. Is that right?
Yeah, I was gonna have Kiora drink out of it.
Okay. You kind of look at it as it's happening, and as Kiora kind of flies over the water, you can see Kiora's reflection, and you kind of step forward as Kiora's about to drink, just kind of looking from the doorway. And as you kind of look at it, you see what appears to be a reflection on the pool of something very quickly falling from the ceiling. As you're kind of standing there, a massive looking knight drops down, slamming into the pool, standing about 1.5 feet in the pool. And as he hits the ground, he reaches and grabs at Kiora. This is during its surprise round. It does not grab Kiora. Okay, so we are in a fight, despite you not wanting to be. Everybody go ahead and roll initiative while I cue up the music.
By the
Well,
way, DM,
yeah, sorry everybody.
how that thought spell works. Is it that if he has to observe it, or is it that he has to like interact with it?
It's a memory. It's a memory that's pulled from him. So it's something he'll be
Okay.
watching.
Thank you.
My bad.
Where does this happen? Because Hezrod's currently just standing in the workshop.
Don't worry about that. You're standing in the workshop watching dwarves. That'll be where you start in the fight. So
Do I
for
need to roll initiative?
yeah.
Okay. I'm not trying to be argumentative. I'm trying to be
Nope.
cooperative.
That's why I'm answering in a very just kind of quick way. Again, it's a very big dungeon, and some of the fights are literally just basically random encounter style like
It sounds
nonsense.
Like some people are just zooming around the map. So
Yeah, definitely people are going different directions. It's fine. I mean, of course, you could argue that since the room that you're in was kind of investigated to a solid point, they were just looking what's next. But yeah. Anyways, it lands. Malika, during this first round of initiative, you hear a loud sound. This is the first round of initiative, so you'll be surprised. Technically, the surprise round for Kel was last turn, and the same is true for Kiora. So there's actually going to be a number of turns where people are surprised as knowledge of the fight spreads outside. But there was a very large crashing sound. So you're very kind of, what? This turn. Kel, you are up. You are not surprised this initiative round. What would you like to do?
I'll just say like, oh fuck, and
Do you want to disengage and move?
I'm just gonna move, not disengaged for an action.
It's going to... You are disengaging or not?
Not.
Okay, it's going to lunge forward and attack you. That will hit for 19 points of damage. Slashing.
Shit. Okay.
All right, and then you want to move the snake?
Yeah, and I was gonna try to shoot it as I run away.
Did we skip Malika?
Malika surprised.
Surprised.
Oh.
I'm just getting how far I move.
Kel was right
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could have gotten behind
I
someone.
want to. Well, can I shoot as I run backwards? Is that?
Yeah.
Could it be like disadvantage?
No,
Or
you don't
I
have
won't-
disadvantage. You can fire normal.
You'd be like, what the fuck? And run, get slashed in the back, and then just keep running.
Is this piercing damage that's being done, right?
Right now, yes.
Okay. All right, both attacks hit. Go ahead and give me damage.
Okay. Why'd the second one say 10 extra damage?
Oh, because it has the instead of the first one, it says 7 extra damage. It's for giants. Go ahead and give me the next one.
Can I use piercing and reroll one of them?
Yeah.
Let me put it up.
Talking about your feet.
Piercer.
Oh, okay.
Piercer. Yeah.
So then roll a d10. Actually, roll 2d10 because you've got 2 ones, one in one and one in the other.
Really.
Roll the next one. So plus
Yep.
3.
There we go.
And then the
One
other
more.
one would replace, so it'll be 9. So that'll be. As you're shooting it, you watch as it hits the armor. It seems like the armor is pretty sturdy, but the bullets are cutting through it fine enough. But as you're kind of seeing openings in the chain and kind of plate of the armor that it's wearing, you can see that inside it's just a skeleton. And it doesn't look like the bullets are hitting with full impact.
Okay.
Kelly, you're done.
As I'm running by Soma, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Say, buckle up. We got where the hell that is.
Boom, boom, buckle up, buddy. We're going to fight. Fiona, you're up. And by you're up, I mean you're surprised. You hear loud crashing.
Oh, so sorry. You said I couldn't be surprised, but that's just when I can see something, right?
Oh, right. No, sorry. You can't be surprised. So you're not surprised. So then, yeah, you kind of have this like precognitive kind of sense that something bad is happening. Precisely what, you're not sure, but you can act normally this turn.
Okay, cool. And just double checking, when I move down, is it like double movement because I'm going downward, or
No.
is it just the same? Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was like going down the stairs or if they're in the same.
No, it's just a regular flat level.
I was imagining stairs. I don't know why. Anyway,
No worries.
she makes it all the way back in here. She still doesn't really see the source of. Like, I still don't see the source of the damage. So I think she has to go in
1,
further.
2, 3, 4, 5. If you go here, you'll be able to see the source.
Here, okay. And that's another 15. Okay, yeah, I can make it. You're right.
You see down the hallway, there's a suit of armor, not too dissimilar from the one that's on the dais, walking towards you, and it is wielding a massive executioner's blade.
Oh,
Jesus.
horrific. Great. It's probably strong, so that's not a good idea. Is it smart? I think she's gonna try to zapping sting this thing.
Okay.
Did you say massive?
I said massive, yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh wait, no, that's a constitution. Oh, that's stupid. It probably does look good. Anyway, I'm just gonna do it. I said it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I don't know why it rolled. It shouldn't be a roll. It's a DC 15.
Success. It takes no damage. Okay. You watch as the necrotic energy kind of stings towards the chest of the thing, and it just doesn't seem to do anything. You have 5 feet of movement remaining. It doesn't look like you have much option in movement in a way.
Out of curiosity, even though it doesn't take any damage, does it not fall prone, or?
It doesn't take any damage, so it doesn't fall prone, because if you read it, must succeed on a constitution saving throw or take damage and fall prone. I succeeded on the saving throw, so neither of those effects
I
happen.
thought you failed, but then didn't take damage because of. Okay,
no,
so
no.
no, so you
I
just
just-
succeeded.
Yeah,
Got
so
you.
No, thanks. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought this was like a revealing thing about your character.
No,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, awesome.
Just a
She's
good
gonna
old
retreat.
classic good
Can
save.
she-
You have 5
Right,
feet of
can she-
movement, so you can't really go anywhere.
Can she share the space with
No.
the little boy?
Oh, with
No?
the little guy, yeah,
Okay.
I guess so, but it's equidistant, so it's not really a change.
I just hope that this cuts off his angle of shooting me. Does it not?
It doesn't. So, Soma, you're up.
Am I surprised, or can I take an action?
Can you be surprised? If so, then yes, you are surprised. You do not know what's going on.
I'm pretty sure I can be surprised. I don't
Okay.
remember for sure.
You don't see it, but you definitely hear it. There's kind of like a gust of a sound and kind of a very powerful magical like burst. You then see the massive executioner's blade come around the corner, seemingly held by this kind of bluish light, and slam into Fiona. Hits. Fiona take 19 points of damage, slashing damage. You then see the sword kind of hit against the wall as it kind of cuts into Fiona, and then it snaps back.
Sorry. This is an attack, right? Like an attack against me?
Sorry, yes. I made a melee attack against you. Do you have a reaction?
Yes. Could I try to make it have disadvantage if that's okay?
You can, if you have a feature that does that, yeah.
I do indeed. The Eldritch Mind thing.
Okay. That's when a creature, you can use your reaction. Okay, so you impose disadvantage. So 19 still hits, right?
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay. So the blade comes sweeping through, it hits you. You take 19 points of damage. You then watch as the blade, kind of controlled by this magical force, is snapped back down the hallway very suddenly. And Avran kind of looking out at it, kind of, and Soma seeing it, you watch as it kind of just grabs the sword again, kind of like holding it and not marching towards you. At the exact same time, you hear a loud clunk, clunk, clunk as the door behind Malika opens, and you see a withered, wrinkly old dwarf, like ancient old dwarf, open the door. Oh, it's all this rickish! All right. Avran, you are up.
Have I been surprised?
Oh yeah, this is still surprise round. So
This
yeah.
is- yeah, this is the first one. Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Never mind
Pass on you. Hezrod, surprised. Pass on you. Malika, you are not surprised. Everything has happened as it's happened. And it definitely looks like the old dwarf is also surprised and will be surprised during this next initiative round. So it was like, what's all this ruckus? And then, whoa! Like, as he
Wait,
sees.
we're fighting the dwarf too?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. Am I?
Malika, you're the
I'm
one
under
that's
the
up. So,
impression Avran's fighting everything.
yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry, Discord voice was weird as shit for a second. Okay.
No worries.
So where's Kel? Oh, there's Kel. Okay, so we're shooting this thing, right? Has anybody done damage to this thing?
I have.
Okay.
Kel
so
has.
we're gonna shift. Okay, gotcha, Kel. So gonna shift bonus hex, and then we do what we do. Does a 23 hit?
You're shooting at the knight.
The big guy.
Yeah.
The knight. Does a 19 hit?
No.
Bitch. Okay.
7.
Wait a minute. Wait a second.
Sorry.
What am I even doing?
I don't know.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. Does all this damage go through evenly?
The necrotic seems to work fine on this target, like it's a lesser undead.
Okay. Cool.
Malika done. Kel up.
So, oh god, I'm shit. And he wouldn't have seen the dwarf come out. Now he's over here.
Would have hurt him. Yeah, definitely
Hurt
hurt
him.
him.
Okay. I guess I'll ready a shot for if he comes around the corner. The knight.
Okay. Kel done. Fiona up.
This thing deals a lot of damage, so I think she's gonna try to take it down again. She'll take a step forward so she can see it again. Notice that it's hanging out like right beside this fountain. And she's just gonna try to cast Entangle in the entire area.
Okay. Oh, sorry to mention the dwarf that popped out. Wrinkly, old, but it does look like he is wearing a mask. It looks like the mask has been fastened to his face, and it's just a stern old man's face, made out of gold.
Wait, his face is made out of gold?
He's wearing a mask. That's
A
made out
mask.
of gold.
Oh, sorry. Got you. Thank you.
But the knight is just a regular good old fashioned knight. But yeah, you said you're taking it down. You cast Entangle. It's locked in the Entangle. By
Cool.
when
We'll
you
back
cast.
up
Oh,
now.
I have to save. Sorry. It is not entangled. Seems to be
Unfortunately.
strong enough to move itself out of that.
Let me double check if I have this ability that I think I might have, but I probably don't. No, I don't. I can't do that. Cool. She's just gonna back up then.
Okay.
And kind of say to the others, it's very painful when he hits you, so try not to. Just bags the fuck back away.
All right.
Do I have line of sight on anything from my position, John? I
If
can
you
see their tokens.
Yeah, if you can see their token, you have LOS.
All right, I will just take a standard shot with my short bow because I do not want to get cleaved in half by a giant executioner's sword at the armored knight.
Yeah, that tracks.
Gonna guess 13, probably not gonna hit.
That would be correct.
All right, I am going to dip back into the room to make way for other people to move around and stand here that will be more effective.
All right. It goes to it. It kind of holds the sword out. Nobody really can see it, right? Malika, only one. It's kind of holding the sword out, and that blue energy is kind of like glowing around the sword, and then it kind of like locks into the blade. That's all it does. And then you hear Withers go, what? And then he looks like he's kind of talking back at something in the room and making hand gestures. Avran, you are up.
Everyone's gonna scream at the dwarf. Friend or foe?
Fuck you! He says over his shoulder.
Everyone's gonna run
Maybe
up
that's
at
an
the
answer.
dwarf and tackle his ass
All right.
with a rage.
As you run in, you see the room is filled with just typical like studious fare, but you also notice that on each of the surfaces, the desks, the tables, the shelves, there appear to be these strange hands just kind of lying around. And as you kind of move in at the dwarf, all the hands jump up on their fingers and look like they're starting to kind of move towards the edges of the tables. All right, Avrain,
Okay.
go ahead and make your body him check.
All right. So raging, obviously, because why
Yep.
not?
You're trying to shove him or grapple him.
I'm trying to grapple, and as an extra attack, can I rip his mask off or no?
Let's see if you can even grapple him.
Okay, sorry. Rolling athletics, right?
Correct.
Shit.
Yeah. You kind of rush forward and dive towards him, and he kind of like just places his hands and kind of pushes your face down a bit, and kind of pushes you back with
Right.
a bit more strength than you were anticipating.
Shit. Can I try grapple him again or no?
Yeah. You get to
I'm
attack the
gonna
turn.
try again. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try it again. 23.
Yeah. As you kind of reach forward and try and grab a hold of him, he just kind of reaches up and kind of grabs your wrist and twists it as your other hand's like, trying to go for like a dominating grapple. He just lets it kind of loosely kind of hang off of his garb as he kind of just shirks and then pushes you back.
He did it again.
He stopped you from getting him again, yeah.
Okay. Great sword's coming out.
Reaching for the great sword, drawing it, and he goes, okay.
That's what's there.
Hezron.
Hezrod is, so this is all happening downstairs, correct?
There's no no. The door outside leads to a place where there is a stairwell that has not been used. No one has gone downstairs.
I don't see a bad guy.
Right, because you're just looking down at the end of a hallway that branches off into two separate hallways. So
Okay,
you need to move up.
Is there enough noise, or is Hezrod hearing things that he would, or she would be concerned with?
Right, so they're definitely...
Malika is like launching Eldritch Blast left and right and shouting the unholy name of Bjorn Wildcard. So you would.
I'm shot.
Real quick, chat, just so you don't feel like compelled to like switch stuff. Hezrod identifies as he, him. That doesn't change because his biological sex was magically changed. Okay, so
right,
you don't need to. Again, it's
confused.
It's an old module. I'm sorry.
It's okay. My main concern right now is like Fiona was like, "Hey, like focus on watching these people."
Yeah, it's like that's like the worst thing that could happen to a grognard.
So
like,
Hezrod's like,
no,
cool.
I'm a girl now. Like
Hezrod's like, I'm watching these people. Do I need to be concerned with what's happening over here, or do I need to like?
So the sounds that you're hearing definitely sounds like there's some Avran grunting to the west, and it definitely sounded like there was some gunfire and swords and scraping to the east. And there was probably a second where you saw Fiona kind of against the wall with the snake, and this massive blade just came in and swiped her, and then went back down the hallway to the east. So there's definitely something with a big sword that way, and then there's
a moment
where
Hezrod's kind of like, what the? Okay, like this is clearly where the priority lies. And so Hezrod moves over here.
Okay.
Sees that motherfucker. And what's the duration on Hex? That's 1 minute, right?
It depends on what level you casted it on. What level did you cast it on?
1 hour.
I think that would only be first level.
It's 1 hour.
Yeah, so it'd be 1 hour. Okay. Bonus action, move Hex to that guy, and then Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
First Eldritch Blast is 22.
Hit.
Second Eldritch Blast is a 15.
Miss.
Okay, cool. So that's a 1d6.
He's holding his sword kind of lackadaisically like this. You fire the blast into him. It kind of causes the armor to rock a bit. He then turns the blade so that it's broadside out towards you. And as the second blast comes in, he kind of uses it as a shield to block the second blast.
Okay, so that first one would have been 16 damage. 5 of that would have been radiant. 1 of that would have been necrotic.
Yeah, he is affected by all of it. Okay. Hezrod done. Malika, you're up.
Okay, so like Malika is seeing Hezrod Hex left and right, and she's like, "Yes, as you should." And she is gonna use a bonus action to inflict some. Does any of that go through?
What? Oh, you're casting a spell on it?
It's my bonus action.
Oh,
If it's hexed by me, I can do 5 flat psychic damage for my charisma.
When did you hex? Oh, you hexed it last turn. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yes, I did.
it takes the damage. I'm sorry I didn't notate it. That's
cool.
my fault. I remember you saying it. I just am dumb. Oh, quick point of order. Sorry. So, Hezrod, you cast the curse. It shows the Atavian cross in gold, turns upside down, turns black, and then disappears, pointing the Atavian cross, the arrow, straight down on the target. Then Malika casts her hex, and it shows the Duran Valkard angel, the wings kind of enclosing around it. But once that happens, you see that the cross is now kind of being held by the Duran angel and the wings, and then both vanish.
That's fucking dope.
Like the creature is using the chaotic state of the
Chad, you're muted.
muted chat. Damn it. Chat.
I was just saying, Hezrod's still not sure what's happening or how it works.
Give me damage.
Okay, so for my first...
Do you want to spend inspiration on the second one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so 11
7. Yeah, I can't count.
minus 5 minus
Ooh,
20
plus...
minus 4 and minus 2. You smash this thing with 2 agonizing blasts as the hexes take hold. You watch as the armor kind of rattles around in like place, and you can actually see bones, like ribs and stuff, kind of falling out of the sides of the armor. You actually see the jaw drop out of the bottom of the helmet, yeah, it definitely was battered quite a bit. Malika done, and Kelly, you're up.
All right.
Get that Werther's original, man. Come on.
I'm gonna get it. So I'm seeing now he's engaged with the dwarf.
Mhm.
Right? Okay. Killer kind of look both ways and shit. And would I be shooting Avran if I tried to shoot the dwarf?
You can shoot the dwarf. You don't have to worry about Avran. Like, you can shoot your friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't shoot
How
me.
else are you supposed to
What?
show your friendship?
I'm sure
I'll-
there's
I'll-
some holes like in Avran where you could shoot through if you're
Alright.
good enough.
Avran is Swiss cheese, heard.
Yeah.
I will shoot at the dwarf, thinking that this is something that he might have set a trap for.
Okay. The first one will hit. The second one will also hit.
And Kelly yelled, call your damn thing off.
As he kind of pushes Avran back, you kind of come up behind and bam, bam, and you see him get hit in the shoulder and then hit in the side of the face, kind of breaking the gold off of his jaw, and like a bunch of blood kind of flying out to the side of his face. And he kind of like, but it's weird because the blood doesn't look fresh. It definitely looks very similar to the white blood that you saw before. And
So it's black and viscous?
yeah, you said the thing that you said, but it doesn't seem like he cares. I believe he would reply probably with a "fuck you," and then
I'd say
did.
fuck.
He's even grumpier than
Fuck you.
Soma. Jesus.
Fiona, and yeah,
Yeah, his only response right now has been "fuck you" to Avran and Cal thus far.
it's
Okay.
Pete Montague.
It's actually what happens when you roll a 1 when you drink from that fountain.
Yeah.
right?
Two is lose your voice. One is only be able to say "fuck you."
Because you gain the flaw is a dickhead that can only say curse word.
You
Oh,
curse
real
words.
quick.
Let's see if this thing responds to insults.
Okay, you're doing this at the armor.
Yeah, armor boy.
Okay, you rush back out there. Get kind of into Hezrod's spot for a second, and then pop back. And you're casting. Go ahead. Oh, Vicious Mockery. Sorry, I didn't see it there.
Nice.
Success.
So with
Yeah, it doesn't seem to take hold. Just because of good save, not because it's defensive against it.
got you. She just kind of curses under her breath. He's really smart. I don't like this at all. This is
Yep.
not a good fight for me. And then backs up.
He's not though. It was really lucky. So lay your half.
Step there and take a shot with my short bow at the armor again.
Okay. Hits.
Shouldn't be any sneak attack damage. Hold on a second. Let me.
There's no one adjacent to it. Were you hidden?
I mean, I was out of line of sight and stepped into line of sight, but
It doesn't look like it does as much as you were hoping, due to the piercing nature of it. Okay. On his initiative, you see him kind of just loosely step forward, but it looks like he's kind of shambling and not really like active. You then hear the old man, as it comes to his initiative, he says, "My sword!" The second he says that, the Tome Guardian releases the sword from his grasp, just dropping it. The sword then floats through the air. I need Hezrod, Kel, the Snake, Malika, and Avran all to make dexterity saving throws.
Sorry, you didn't say Fiona, but did you mean Fiona?
Fiona's not in the line, so no.
Oh, okay.
Do I still have Bardic or no? No, I don't. Never mind. Forget it.
Where's Avran?
Soma, you still have your bardic, by the way.
Kel,
Is Avran over here?
Kel, I need a save, and Hezrod,
Yeah.
I need a save.
You said Dex?
Dex.
No one gets my bonus because
I
no
got a
one's close
13.
enough.
Okay. And then I just need John. Did John step away? Rather, John?
Jonathan. Rad Ahan.
Remind me to
Rather
murder
Ahan.
him with damage when he gets back.
Got it.
No, don't.
Okay, make a dex save then.
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Malika and Kel, you both take 15 points of slashing damage. Hezrod and Avran, you take 31 points of slashing damage.
Is
That's the
that an attack?
No, it is an area of
Okay.
effect.
You said
So-
slashing?
Yep, the sword, after being dropped, glows with that blue energy and then just starts spiraling down like a propeller blade through the hallway until it bashes through Avran and then slams into the hand of the dwarf, who then immediately attacks Avran.
I take 15 because raging.
It is slashing. Yeah, it is slashing.
This is a separate combat. Has more than 1 minute passed?
Yeah.
No, it's only the second.
You explored in the room long enough for a minute to have passed.
Okay, so you said 31. So half of that would be what? 16?
No, 15. I said
15.
you take 15. Or why are you taking half?
I'm just asking because that's going to be the DC of my concentration check.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 15. For Hex.
Mm-hmm.
And I already got one for Malachi. I see. Good call.
Yep, X is down.
All right. You actually watch the hexes appear again, and you watch as the strange angel hex just starts consuming the cross.
gonna be an awkward conversation later.
Yeah.
Not really.
There's so much weird shit going on in this dungeon. I fucking hate it.
I love that.
At least it's not a freezer.
Oh, I just realized the time. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. We're going over.
Can I hit him first before we do?
Actually, I'm hitting you first. And I believe 21 hits you. Is that right?
Is it with disadvantage? Cloak of Displacement?
Oh, good call. I'm sorry. So 16. Does that hit?
Fuck, yeah, that hits.
Okay. So you're taking 35 points of slashing damage. And
Half
if
or
you're
no?
raging, then you would take half.
Okay, so 17.
Cool. I'll make my second attack.
Okay.
17 on the lower dice. It's only
Okay.
going to be 19, so half would be 9.
All right. All right. All right.
And then my life drain attack.
Okay.
15 on the nose for the second.
Yeah,
You're
that
taking
hits.
Well,
7,
at least I don't have to worry about taking that kind of a hit again.
7 necrotic damage. And make a constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And I believe... Oh, damn, fuck. That chatted you.
It did.
Yeah. It doesn't with
It
it.
really did.
It doesn't take away your health. Then all of the hands jump in to encircle him. Looks like he's crawling with all of these hands now.
Gross.
And I'm actually, even though I know you really want to kill him, I'm going to let you go ahead and take your itinerary of attacks. Go ahead and make your 2
I love
attacks.
you. Thank
I
you.
know. And then we're going to end at that point.
All right.
Fuck.
So since I'm
Can you at least take it to the top of the initiative?
Yeah, I guess we can do Hezrod too. Fine. Go. Quick with it. Quick with it.
All
I've
right.
already ran over.
It's okay. Shit. Where is it?
Quick
Sword
with
of
it.
sharpness, reckless.
Sure.
That misses, and that misses. That's my turn.
Okay. Hezrod.
Okay. Let me see here. Hex is gone. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast his ass twice.
Okay. You're Eldritch blasting the armor.
Yeah, the dude in front of me. So
Okay. Cool.
where the fuck is it? Miss. That's a 14. I think that's a miss too.
Okay. As the bolts go flying off and everyone kind of locks into frame here, I will let you know the combat is not close to over. But we are going to pause here. Thank you for watching those that did. We will not be playing again next Friday. I apologize, as I have engagements. But on
Okay.
the 15th, we will be
So
returning.
this is on record. Bonus action, Shield of Faith.
Cool. All right. Perfect. Thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you on the 15th as we return to the heart of the fight. Good night.